Hello, Internet. So yeah, we're about to start the podcast. Just give us a couple seconds here to make sure everything's working. All right, the tweet went out. Cool.
Did it?
Yep.
Okay.
Golden
Yay!
crosshair time. Woo!
I don't see it.
Should I say yay too? Yay.
I do not. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me
Ooh.
just.
All right.
Vault.
Give me a second here. 258. This is 259. Just gonna pop out the chat on the Twitch thingy, and then I can. Or not. Whatever. Okay. Is everybody ready?
Is the stream
Yep.
working?
It's. Well, I'm not sure if I can check it when I'm hosting it. That's the thing.
What, your Twitch?
Yeah.
You should be able to if you just open the second page or whatever.
Well, it hasn't started.
Yeah, I don't think yet. Well, I mean,
Unless it's streaming on Tekken's channel.
No, it's
no.
gonna.
He has the link to the Aimless page, so I think it's.
Oh, wait, that's right. If I'm hosting it, it should show up here. Yeah, it is okay.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Because it says Aimless Podcast playing Endless Babble Z.
Okay.
Well, it's loading now, so I gotta double make sure it's working. Oh, I can go to the channel. Okay, and then it should.
What a
work.
Gundam! Oh, sorry.
Cannot connect to chat.
Okay.
Okay, well, it's loading now, so I gotta
Yeah.
double
All
make sure it's working.
Okay.
Is everybody ready?
Wait. Let me get off of it because it has that weird echo
Yep.
thingy.
Yeah.
Sometime-
All right, here we go. Hello, everybody out there on the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z, episode 259, Golden Crosshairs, 2014. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by.
RPG Maniac 05.
Trioptical?
ZX Ben XZ.
All right, so we haven't actually recorded an audio Golden Crosshair before, but hey,
We did
Hey.
like a couple of years ago. We just didn't in the interim. That's what it is.
Well, they were called a different thing before, I think.
but yeah, I'm saying like when we got this like category thingy stuff, like formal setup. So yeah. Guess we'll just do it like we do. We got the 8 categories. Gonna go through them. End with game of the year. Start with other stuff, and then that'll be that.
Will that be that?
Yes. Yes, it will.
So
Sort of just like generally about 2014. It feels like most of the
oh wait a
internet
minute, Tropical. I had a
pretty-
middle segment question. Should we do that first or last?
Should probably.
So I was like, it's a good tangential discussion.
oh,
Okay, well,
maybe
what is
last.
it? Like, we don't even know what it is.
It is. I completely forgot until we started. It is. I wrote it down. What does game of the year mean to you? Because you're all like talking about something last week. I was like, dude, I completely disagree.
Oh,
But I'm
yeah.
gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
Yeah, what I was saying last week was Game of the Year, most people just think, or when people hear Game of the Year, they just think, oh, it's like the best game of the year. But I don't know, like the more I think about the words, the more it feels to me that it should mean maybe it's like the one game that's sort of, I mean, obviously it's got to be a good game, but it's sort of representative
I mean,
of
does it
sort
though?
of what was going on
because
that year.
because I mean, at the same time though, things like this are like really subjective because something that I think was like a good game may not be the same thing you think is a good game, and
Right. So
vice
like
versa.
Game of the Year I think would be very, it would be a very broad category. Like right now it's just everyone sort of comes together, review sites, I guess they just go through their archives. It's like, okay, these are the games that we scored the highest. Let's vote on one of them and that's going to be the game of the year. It feels like a weird way to do it. When I think about the words game of the year, it feels like that game should be, this is the representative game of 2014.
Well,
But
my
then,
answer
yeah,
would
like
be.
people wouldn't agree with that one because it would be sort of different for everyone out there.
and I guess it would kind of be hard to just.
I felt
mean,
like how would
like,
how would a game even fit into that
representative game, though,
category,
'cause-
Tropical? This
Yeah,
game represents the entire breadth of 2014.
Well, for example, this year maybe because it was very I guess like
I think
indies
this year
really
sucked
took the
Tropical.
spotlight.
I think of this year, and I think Gamergate and game delays and overhyped stuff.
mean, that is. I mean, aside from that, I think there were plenty of good game releases this year, but as in terms of like representative games, I think it'd be kind of hard because of all the differences in games. You can't really have like a game that's like a blanket representation of all the games that came out in 2014 or any year for that matter. It's just not like, I don't know. I don't know if there would be a thing, except for unless it's like Hearthstone or something, because apparently that was like the greatest game ever this year. So, other than that, it's.
Well, you know, for example, if there was a year where suddenly shooters became like the biggest thing ever, you know, whatever was the best shooter that year, that would be Game of the Year.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
This year, like, I'm not really sure what.
Okay,
you
so
would
like if there's like a
consider to be-
theme and like whatever fits that theme would be the winner.
Kind of, yeah. It's like the year theme.
Where it's like
There's sort of a theme for the year.
it's kind of weird, Tropical,
after
because
you
like
look
what
back.
if there's like a bunch of free to play games, or like what if there's like awesome free to play games? I don't know if I could consider a free to play game Game of the Year.
Hey, it might be. If that was a theme
Yeah.
for Year of the Year.
Again, like it would be very well. See, but that's because you're thinking in your head like best game of the year, and in your head you're thinking a free to play game can't be the best game of the year because they're
That's
you know,
not-
the
that's
macaroni-
not true,
they're
Tropical,
macaroni
'cause,
and
like-
cheese.
Yes, it is.
They're
That's
macaroni
exactly
art.
true.
That's not true. I play free to play games. Ace Combat Infinity. That's a pretty good game. Just saying, you know, not quite Game of the Year material, but pretty good. You know.
Well, you know, if it like I guess we haven't had a year like that, but if that was the best of an entire year where everything like everyone played was free to play,
That'd be a terrible year.
you would choose Ace Combat then.
So mind you, you just went on as saying that he would be wrong by saying you say things like that, but then you just went and proved his point.
I know. I was just saying that's like you know that's how that would work. And like yeah, okay, I can see what you're saying, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
See, I feel like it would be a more interesting award to look at this year. Or there are some years, you know, like last year, everyone said Last of Us, or that one year, everyone said Telltale's The Walking Dead.
That would have been the year before.
Okay, yeah, and it's just like it's sort of just an emotional thing. It's like, oh, you know, which game did I look back on, and that was my favorite game.
See, Tropical. I think that's like that. See, like that. Okay.
I think
okay.
that's the best representation for Game of the Year, honestly.
I was gonna say like
What game was the best for you?
that too. I was also saying like you know what does Game of the Year mean to me is like you know what is the game I had the experience with that was like no other, and it just like was like 1,000 times like higher or better than like some experience I had with other games. It's like you know I play that game for 8 to 10 or 100 hours, whatever, and like you know that experience I have is just like delicious, and like you know I want more and more, or just like I like got to do it again, and I played over and over and over and over again, and then just like you know if there's like no other game out there that can touch it, it's like dude, this is clearly Game of the Year, and like nothing else comes close.
Well, okay, so the question then is, why is it called Game of the Year? Why isn't it just called Best Game or My Favorite Game from 2014?
Tropical, you're not
Like,
supposed
why
to
is
add
it-
questions to the question.
He has a point. He really does.
Isn't he though? Isn't he?
I'm just saying that's what Game of the Year means to me. So yeah. not some.
Does that
This
does
game
that
is-
just shut it down? Are we done?
Oh, I want to hear RPG's answer
automatically win.
because he hates everything.
I do not hate everything. What the hell? I loved plenty of games that came out this year. There
Oh,
are
you.
some that I did not love, but there are some that I did. So
Well, what does Game of the Year mean to you though? Just saying.
I don't know. I think for me, when it comes to Game of the Year, like I said, it's subjective. So for me, I think Game of the Year for somebody is just, you know, for them the game hit all the right notes. It's like it had mechanics that were fun. It had, maybe if you're like into stories, it had a story that was easy to follow, or something that was deep, or whatever it is that you like. But I think
I like to hear the opposite.
I
Easy
know.
to follow.
Well, 'cause Because some games you have your excuse plots, and some you have actual plots going on. So, and some people like easier stuff that's just like, I could just jump in this, and it's like I don't
I
have
just
to
like to skip the cutscenes. I don't care.
There are people out there like that. I mean,
Or man,
Oh.
let's play some Madden and just do a bunch of
Yes.
plays and score touchdowns. Yeah.
and it's like
Or any
easier
other
for them
sports
to
game.
make up their own stories in sports games or something. They get to pretend to be the coach or something.
Well, that's what career mode's for. Duh. Jeez.
I don't play Madden.
I'm just saying, RPG. You don't play in like the NFL or NBA, but in Madden or other sports game, insert here, you could. Ooh.
And that appeals to some people, and that's why those games can be their game of the year. So I think it's just a game that hits all the right notes for you. I guess I don't think it's possible to have like a blanket one that you could just say, hey, this game was like the best game out of everything this whole year, because a lot of games were different and a lot of games were good for different reasons. So oh.
But again,
That's
that goes back to why isn't it just best game?
What do you mean?
know,
Why
like-
isn't it just best game? You could call it that, and it's the same thing, Tropical. Just best game 2000, whatever.
No, it's
Well,
different. Like
Ah.
that's just flippantly using the words. Like game of the year should mean something different than best game. Like I guess I'm saying yes. Okay, maybe your choice of game is subjective, but should the category also be subjective?
I don't think. I mean, I think with that type of category, it's like gonna be regardless. I don't think there can be. I think it would be very hard to have like like I guess what you're saying, like I don't know. I think it just would be difficult because it's
For,
like you
for example,
can't-
like these days, they used to just have best looking game, right?
Mhm.
But then after a while, it became clear that wasn't enough. We needed best looking game can mean graphically it's very spectacular and it's like a technical achievement, or it could just mean the artistic style is really good. And so they divided those into two of them. There's like technical achievement, like best technical achievement in graphics, and then best looking game, I guess, took over sort of that visceral feeling. It's like, oh, which one looked best to me? But game of the year is still it's I guess once everyone understands it as one thing, then it just becomes that thing. But yeah, since we've been doing this, I look at it now, it's like, that's a weird category, because I don't think we even know what the category is. Like, we just throw game of the year on everything. Like, people, when they re-release Destiny down the line, it's going to be the game of the year edition. Even, if it wasn't the best
Yeah.
game of the year, or is it, yeah, they just slap it on
Or if you
everything.
look on
Like,
Metacritic,
so
clearly it's not the best reviewed game of the year. Just saying.
it doesn't mean anything then. So it's just this ambiguous category that everyone just assumes means one thing.
Well, I agree with you in that sense, because like that's kind of why I think like game of the year is stupid, because it's like Dan said, it's like game of the year is just like whatever game you thought was like you had the fun most, or not. Well, my definition would be like the most fun you had playing any game of like that year. Is like I had so much fun, yeah, funnest game, yeah, or like funnest game would equate game of the year to me. So yeah,
Funnest game.
I think mine's just like more all around experience.
All the experiences. Yay.
as opposed to like, oh man, this game has had a groundswell of people saying it's awesome, therefore it must be game of the year. Put a stamp on it.
I don't agree with that.
That's how they pick game of the year now anyway. So it's
Everybody gets really hard for it. Okay, slap Game of the Year on it. Ugh.
because I think
Cool.
that's probably a lot of reasons why games like Dragon Age won like people's game of the year, because not only did it come out late, so it's like one of the more recent ones that people can remember, but it got so highly rated that I think a lot of people were just like, yeah, it's probably one of the best reviewed games we've had already, so let's just go ahead and pick that as the best game of this year, even if there were like plenty of other games that were around before then and probably got just as high as review scores, but it's like
Just don't remember it as well,
Yeah.
because Dragon Age was the last thing they played.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, question time over. Let's get to the let's hand out some trophies here. Yeah. Golden Crosshairs, yeah.
Yeah, for the time being, our game of the year is still just best game of the year because it's very.
If you say so, Tropical.
It's a lot harder, I think, to look over the year while you're still in the year.
Well, whose idea was that? Not
There
mine,
hasn't
just
been
saying.
enough time to really know what that year was about in games. Okay, so you're saying something about trophies?
Not literally.
Derailing the plan.
Not literally. I mean,
Actually, I just want to say before so we decided to do this episode last week, as we do at Aimless.
As we do. I just
And man, looking back over the past 5 days, wow, there were a lot of games. The one thing I wish about 2014 was that I wish I had played more stuff.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of really good stuff that I sort of forgot about, or just, Tekken was on his he bought no games for the first half of the year, right?
Yeah. Hey, I deserve it for a PS4, dude. It happens.
So we just there's a lot of things. Oh man, I totally forgot this game came out, and it looked really cool, and I'm probably gonna really like it once I play it way down the line, and I have no idea when that's gonna happen.
In console war, there are casualties.
Yes.
Yes, there are.
But hey, I got a PS4, so yeah, it was worth it.
Woo!
Was it worth it, Tekken?
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours have been played on that PS4.
and it was all recently. So,
A lot of it did happen recently.
So yeah. Is there an order we're going to go in, or is it just going to be whatever style?
just gonna throw it out there and just whoever gets in there first goes. Battle Royale style.
All right. So are we
Tekken
starting?
as moderator.
So you're gonna throw us on an island and make us murder each other? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Listen
are
to
we-
our first category. Perfect.
So yeah, best boss fight.
Best
Segues, you
boss.
guys. Segues.
So who's the boss here?
I'm not the boss.
I
I'm
grab my
going to be the
knives.
boss.
All right. So best boss fight. Anyone feel really strongly about their boss fight? Why was it better than all of ours?
No.
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 It's like,
All right. Well, I'm gonna start it then. Yeah, I thought the best boss fight this year was the Atheon fight at the end of Vault of Glass,
Ew.
because it was really cool. All of the mechanics that you learn throughout the Vault of Glass all sort of get tied together in that last section. You have
Yeah,
to
that is
deal with oracles. You got to deal with the relic. You got to know which teleporter goes where. You got to fight things that kill you instantly.
Some of them were glitches and not actual parts of the game.
Yeah, there were technical difficulties, but sort of the idea and the design behind that boss fight was really, really cool. And when they finally made it random for who gets teleported into the other places, then it became it was just this huge test of, did you figure out the raid? Are you really ready to do the raid? You have to be able to do everything. So here you go, and if you can, then you get to beat the raid.
I think it's still kind of funny though, because Tekken was saying there was a group he went with and they still didn't know how to actually fish. And it's really?
Well,
it's been months.
Well,
and
that's the cool thing. Is that's why I appreciate Destiny. Is you can go into the raid and before they did the whole random teleport thing. It's okay, portal team, okay, outside team, blah blah blah. But then it's as they switch it up, it's well, I've only been in the portal a couple times, whatever. Don't really know what I'm doing. I'm okay with the shield. I suck with the shield. I'm not touching it. Or dude, I got this. It's but then it's random, so it's oh crap, we can teleport, and it's complete chaos ensues. It's
Tekken's
no.
pretty terrible with the shield, so
and then you find
Yeah.
out how good is the team you're playing with. Are they legit or are they not? And it's ugh.
This is where guardians are born. it's really, and then that the thing about voice chat, and I feel like it validates their decision to have no matchmaking there, where you do need to coordinate with the other people. It's not something that you can just lone wolf.
Yeah, or get carried through.
And
actually,
you have to say the right things.
All the cherries go.
I can attest to that one. You can totally get carried through. That's
On normal, yeah. Hard, not so much.
Well, I'm going to argue with that one because I've carried a lot of people through hard mode.
How did the people being carried survive? Wait, what RPG? What are you referring to?
Yeah,
are you the one that
Remember
got
that
carried?
time, Tropical? When he's like, "Hey guys, I'm not even that level, but I'll go it anyway. You guys can carry me through." And you got all
He was
the
26 at the end.
Yeah, at the end after you got the.
That's because I got all the armor during the raid.
Yeah, he got it during the raid, so he was 26 at the Atheon fight.
But I mean, I think the point was though, I got carried through that entire raid because I couldn't do like anything at level 24 or whatever I was at. So it's like, and not only that, my Titan was like only halfway through one of its classes. So I mean, I really couldn't do it.
Well, RPG, when you're playing with the A team, and you're like, I'll be the invisible man here, and you guys have scrimmaged this many times. It's like, just pretend to practice. You've done it. You're good. I guess that's your thing. It's like a really good team can carry a very lowly individual.
Wow, rude.
An undeserving guardian. Yeah.
Hey, in my defense, they gave me armor to get up to that level in the first place.
I don't consider a random drop a gift. Okay. My more like whatever. I'm not even going to get into it. It's a personal problem. I don't want to talk about the drops.
It can be a gift because it can be a gift from RNGesus.
Fine. I guess I just need to keep praying to RNGesus so that I get those boots. That
May he be praised.
Oh man. But yeah, you do get to see what teams are good teams and what teams are maybe need improvement. I mean, when you get teleported and everyone in the portal is saying, "I don't want the relic. I don't want the relic," you're not gonna make it.
That is a slight problem because like, who's gonna pick it up? Who's gonna pick it up, guys? Somebody pick up the damn relic. It's like,
oh, there go the oracles. Fuck. Wheel. Wipe it.
Thankfully, with our team, whenever someone gets teleported, at least one person is usually, because I'll grab it if Zaphro's not in there, so we're usually okay. But Tekken like refuses to pick it up. So
hey, that was back when I hadn't used it because I hadn't been doing that. But lately I've been getting my experience other places, so I'm good across the board.
So yeah, Atheon, Battle, Vault of Glass, Destiny is my best boss fight.
Kind of hard to decide because I played a lot of really good games this year, and I don't know if we want to go best as in the most satisfying. I'd probably have to say Crota because that was the most satisfying kill ever after hours of doing it.
I agree.
So were you the sword guy or
I was?
Were you just okay?
I was the sword guy.
See, I'm feeling maybe it's different for the other people because it was cool. It's like, yay, we won, but just being the guy sort of weakening the shield.
Dude, Tropical, there is so much pressure though. Like you cannot die because Oversoul will F your team up, and then like you're F'd because you're enraged, and like instantly you can't get like one flipping Oversoul or you're F'd. It's like you have to. It's like just like so much focus and
hands
just
down,
like
it is
clenching.
probably the most stressful position for Crota, but I've got a really high tolerance for stress because of years of WoW and Final Fantasy 11 and just raid leading. It gets down to it where it's like, okay, well then you tank in most MMOs and it's you have a healer who can keep you alive, but you're sitting there, you have to hold everything, and it's like, oh god, it's over. Oh, here we go again. Now, Crota, there are a lot of really interesting mechanics for him, and I love Atheon. Don't get me wrong. I love the Atheon fight. But Crota, for me, was so satisfying. To watch his health bar hit 0, and then, the one thing I was wanting from the raid, I got it, and I was just, oh, God, yes! Tears of joy all over the place.
The thing is, with the Crota fight and Atheon too, is like the way they is how they I guess had the mechanics work together. Because like with Crota, you have to, not only are you not supposed to die, but you can't heal. So there's the whole passing of the chalice around and stuff. So it's kind of like the whole musical chairs thing at the same time, is trying to make sure you don't die and the person with the sword doesn't die, because otherwise you get an exploding sun on your level, and that is not good, because supernovas kill things.
It is pretty cool how they've figured out ways to make it challenging. With shooters, everyone, after a while, and you're just powerful enough, then it's not really like, what can you do? Throw more and more enemies at them? It's like, kind of, but they're probably going to kill them all. So they do things like take away your ability to run, take away your ability to jump, take away your ability to heal.
The whole not being able to run thing, I was not amused by. That was awful. That was just awful.
That threw me for a loop really fast. I was like, wait, why am I running so slow? Oh god, all the thralls. But yeah, definitely hands down Atheon Destiny.
That first part is going to be like all
Or
ogres
not
in the
Atheon,
hard mode when they release it.
Oh god, no. Oh.
Just have a bunch of ogres jumping out of the holes while you're trying to run away.
And that'll be the point where I'm like, what?
Hard mode.
I'm not doing hard mode. I gotta do it at least once for my necrochasm. Oh.
All right, I guess I'll jump in now and say my favorite boss fight was, even though it's super stressful and frustrating, Templar, because just like Chapter Cole and Ben said, like the mechanics that they introduce, where it's like you can't just like shoot this dude in this like glowy orange spot until he dies. You have to like figure out what you're doing, and then after you figure out what you're doing, it's like okay, take the shields down, but then he's teleporting, stop him from teleporting or not. Either way, and then there's oracles. Oh no! There's on top of that, it's like so many things going on here. It's like just the stack of things happening. It's like it's crazy. Chaos ensues, and it's fun all the time.
I remember when the original method for it was everybody jumps outside of the map with sniper rifles or rocket launchers, and they sit off this one pillar and hide behind a rock while Templar's shooting at them, and then the shield bearer or whatever steps out, supers him, and then waits for him to detain everyone. Then he has to jump up in the air and smash all the detainments because, you have that one guy that goes, oh, I'm just going to shoot a rocket right off the bat, and then kills himself, and it's like, oh.
Funnily enough, I think the three of us, we've only done that method once ever.
Yeah, and I think it was all at the same time. So.
And they fixed it. It made it a lot harder, but Templar now is pretty entertaining. Yeah. I mean, you still have that spot where everybody sits up where you spawn in, but you still have the shield guy running around with like a chicken with his head cut off. Like, oh god, so many harpies. Okay, I'm shooting his shields. Oh god, harpies.
RPG, did you go?
I did not, because I'm still like trying to debate, because I have two, and I'm like, which one did I?
You can always say it's a tie and give both of them.
But that's so cheating. But I might just do that anyway. I know. Well, one of them anyway was the Lost Sinner boss fight in Dark Souls 2. I think it's one of those things. Like I like the boss fight for it was like there was some simplicity in it, but at the same time, because of the way I guess like the overall level was, it kind of like for me it was kind of am I? Oh, sorry. That's better now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but for me it was I guess like it's kind of hard to explain because a lot of times you have like a lot of big bosses and stuff in Dark Souls, or you have like your dragons or your giant monster stuff. But with this one, it was kind of just like you against this one guy, and it's a enclosed arena, and he like turns out the lights at the beginning of the fight, so it's pretty much just him. It's like a very deadly game of hide and seek going on.
Is he not giant? Is this one
he is not.
giant?
He is
Okay.
human-sized, and he is
Oh.
very, very fast too, because he likes to teleport all over the damn place. So it's like it's dark. You have to find him, and he has to find you. Although I think he's blind or something. I don't remember. But it was like it's kind of like a back and forth kind of thing. And there's like ways you can kind of play with it, like using your spells to light up the area or carrying a torch. But I mean, he puts them out if you try anyway. So it's kind of like a back and forth between you and him, and it's like a pure sword fight kind of thing, and it's not just and it's like simple, but at the same time there's like so much stuff going on with him disappearing or you trying to track him and him trying to find you, and you're trying to not make too much noise so he finds you, and this whole kind of thing going on. So for me, I just liked, I guess, like the overall atmosphere of the boss fight, in addition to just like the kind of, you know, bareness to it, where it's not just like all over the top like a lot of boss fights are sometimes. So I really liked that one, although it was like really frustrating though too, because I remember the first time I walked in there I wasn't expecting it, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on right now? So that was interesting, because since I usually play as a mage in that game, I'm heavily reliant on magic, and you can't really use magic in that fight. So it's like, this is not going to be easy. So it was like it's a fun little duel. So I guess I will take that. Yeah.
Dark
There you go.
Souls.
Still can't play it. Never really liked it, but more power to you if you enjoy it.
You're dead to me.
I don't know. My problem with Dark Souls is I don't like games that are hard for the sake of being hard.
It's not hard for the sake of
But then
being hard.
Then I play. Well, they kind of say that it is, but
Because I've
I
played
think
games that are
one
hard
the
for the
games
sake
that
of
I've
being
played-
hard.
You know, one of the games that I've played that's kind of reminded me of Dark Souls was Monster Hunter,
Hmm.
where you running around like you have a lead weight strapped to you, and you got this big, huge, giant monster trying to eat your face the entire time, with these little bitty monsters jumping around trying to eat your face, and it's like, ah! But in that sense, I respect Dark Souls. I really do. I respect it for the game that it is, but it's not a game for me. I don't know if that was horribly off topic or not, but
Please, we call ourselves Aimless for a reason. It wouldn't even. This is like the shortest tangent we've been on.
Speaking of tangents,
See?
back on topic to next category. Best new
Actually,
weapon.
that was the shortest tangent.
Yeah, there you go.
Best new weapon.
weapon?
Yeah.
Weapons.
I
Well,
guess-
so this one is recent. Secret Poncho's Pocket Dynamite
Oh,
is my
God.
favorite new weapon.
Yes, it is.
I need to sit down
It's
and
just
play
so
that.
fun. I mean, there have been other games with dynamite, but you usually just throw it. This is the first time I've been able to run up to people and just leave them a little gift in their pocket and then run away. And it's so funny
he had a
because
lot.
they'll
of
run
fun with
around and they'll start rolling. It's like, oh, there's dynamite. There's dynamite. It's like, wait, it's not getting off, and then explode. And it's like, yay!
Oh man.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
that. Sometimes
And so,
he
yeah,
really kills
I
his
think-
teammates in the process, but you know,
I think that's
as long as he's having fun, right? Long as you're having fun.
Yeah.
it's new and it's awesome. I love it. So, Pocket Dynamite, Secret Ponchos, Kid Red.
But you can't tell everybody about it though, because then everyone's gonna be trying to pocket dynamite everybody.
That's
And it's
okay.
just chaos.
Then it'll be then there'll be strategy. Oh, I found out like you can only do pocket dynamite if you have stamina remaining. So that's why sometimes I'll over roll trying to get into position, and then I'll be close enough and I'll try to pocket dynamite and it won't work. And I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And then later I realized, oh, it uses 1 stamina when you do pocket dynamite. So it's become more and more strategic. Like, oh, this is so cool. It works really well because there's some characters that really want to get close to you. The shotgun guys want to get close to you. The bullfighter lady, she wants to get close to you, and the way that Kid Red, like, he's not powerful enough to knock you back with his pistols. You can do the 2-gun like stun shot, but then if you're reloading, you don't have that option. So what you do is you switch to pocket dynamite, and then you sort of, if they don't know about it, then they get pocket dynamited, and if they do know about it, then they back off, and then it's like, oh, okay, and a little bit of breathing room here, and then you can run away or reload or do whatever.
Alright, well, my pick is going to be Infamous First Light, Fetch's powers, because, yeah, it's like Jubilee, Dazzler, Flash going on when she's all, like, running really fast, or just, like, shooting people with her pew 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 lasers and, like, slowing down time. Just
Pew pew pew.
so satisfying. I loved it. It was great. It's great. Loved it.
Did you love it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, RPG.
Did you?
I highly recommend this game to anybody that wants to play a game that might be, super powery, but not too long. 'Cause it's not that long. So yeah,
I think it's because it's the add-on. It's not like the actual game.
it's a prologue too, I think. So that works. 'Cause I haven't played Second Son yet, even though I bought it for like $20. So
I did play that though.
does Desmond have any pew 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 laser powers?
Well, yeah, he copies hers,
Oh well, they're not the like original.
but they're
though.
probably not. Yeah, I was about to say they're probably not,
They're not
the
digital.
same level though.
Yeah, it's like Hope style, not as good.
Because even in like her boss fight or something, she does stuff that you aren't able to do. So
She also has like this really cool like singularity thingy, like when you get the whatever it's called, when it charges up the thing to like do the super attack. It's like yeah, it's like super spirit bomb of bright lights and explosions. It's great.
is it the same as Desmond's?
I haven't played the game.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know
get it.
RPG.
Tropical. Is it? Well, Tropical has though.
Actually, I never leveled up that ability up to the strongest, but yeah, it looks different than his.
Oh, interesting. Because that was actually my favorite super from that one. Is the I forgot what it's called, Radiant Sweep or something. I think that's what it was.
RPG ban.
What?
So, best new weapon, like something that hasn't been done before, or
That came out this year. And
It
it's-
came
Yeah,
out this year.
generally speaking.
well,
so it can't just be like a shotgun.
that shotgun. I don't know. There's a lot of cool weapons that I've come across in Destiny, but I really, really, really like Fist of Havoc. If that counts as a weapon.
That counts.
That or Nova Bomb. I love when playing Warlock. Nova Bomb is one of the funnest things to throw at people, especially in Control when the whole team runs to one control point, and you're just like, nope. Or you can get it to split into 3.
Yeah, I love that.
And
Shatter.
then you set Boom or Bloom to it, and you just
Yeah.
watch people explode as they die. I would say Nova Bomb definitely. It's probably one of the most satisfying things when you're in a PvP match and you get like 4 to 5 people in one swing. And just watching space magic pop up. It's like, space magic! Yeah, Nova Bomb for me. Other than that, I mean, Hunger of Crota is amazing, but I think tracking cluster rockets have probably already been done before.
Yes.
Yeah, Nova Bomb, definitely.
Tracking cluster rockets. Is it the same thing like Galahorns or?
Yeah, Hunger of Crota pretty much is the mini Galahorn. if you don't have Galahorn, people want you to have Hunger of Crota.
Oh, so maybe Gamer might get lucky and get that one then.
Yeah. Well, he guaranteed drops a weapon, but I've actually ran into it where he didn't drop a weapon or anything for one of my characters. Like, he just dropped energy. I was like, what?
Oh, maybe Gamer won't get that one then.
Well, he won't get it because I got Hunger Crota when we did it, so.
Oh.
Not until
Man.
next week, anyway.
His luck is terrible. What? I mean, oh. Man.
Well,
Who would want
RPG, when you spend that
He
much time in
wants
the
it
cheese
too
factory,
much.
I
I think that's what it is
he
too.
doesn't deserve
he does
the
want it
goodies.
too much.
He wants
Yeah.
it too much.
I told him to stop wanting it, but he refuses. I'm like, it's not, you're not gonna
I've
get it
completely
otherwise.
given up on Galahorn, but I'm still not getting it, so whatever.
Oh.
Galahorn will
That's
never be
the way to
sold.
go. Once you give up, RNG Jesus shows up and he's like, "Here you go," because I got mine in the Nightfall. It's like, yes, finally, thank you, RNG Jesus, thank you.
Like, everybody says that Zer's gonna sell it again. Honestly, I feel that we're not gonna see Zer sell Galahorn because I think Bungie knows that as soon as everybody gets Galahorn, the game's over. Everybody's gonna have a maxed out Galahorn. That's the only exotic that everybody's gonna have when they run the raid. They're gonna run in. They're gonna one shot every boss because and I don't even think that they'll nerf it. I honestly don't. They're probably just gonna leave it the way it is, but they're gonna make the game either ridiculously harder because everybody's running the damn thing, or who knows. But I don't think Zer will sell Galahorn. And if he does, you know what? Color me surprised. I will really be surprised. I'll buy it. I'll max it. I'll use it. But I don't know. I don't see it being sold by him anytime soon. Galahorn's neat though.
RPG, it's your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Fantastic. My pick is the Thorns from Freedom Wars. I liked being able to, I guess, because they come in like 3 different types. You have the binding, the shielding, and the healing ones. So you can kind of play around with them before matches, and you can have, based on how you charge them, you can use the binding one to set traps for human enemies, or to bind the larger abductors or something, and you could use the shielding one to make like this big thorn thicket that protects you from projectiles and stuff, or increase your team's defense. Or you could use the healing one to make like a healing grotto kind of thing, and it's like and you can also use it to like as a grappling hook and stuff. So it was all versatile, and you can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So it was a nice little weapon, side weapon to have. But yeah, it's pretty much that.
Warn.
How is Freedom Wars?
Great.
Honestly. Okay. I'll just check it out sometime. Have to check it out.
All right, moving on to the next category: best game mechanic.
Oh, jeez.
I can go first here because I know what mine is. Nemesis
All right.
system, Shadow Mordor solves the random dude that you're fighting against in any game that's an NPC that you gotta kill. It's like it solves that problem of like they don't matter, they're just nameless dudes. It's like they have a name, and if they kill you, they get promoted, and it's like, oh, you killed me, and like even like you're like motivated to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get you, dude. Or like when you get like the vendetta missions that pop up on your mini map of like your friends have died, and it's like, I will avenge you, King Rekus and Zelda guy. I will avenge you, and like you go to avenge them. It's like, haha, I got him. It's like, yeah, it's like they mark the dudes that killed your dudes. It's like, yeah, I got him. And then the fact that they all have like either weaknesses or strengths, and it's like you can't stealth them or you can't use. Oh man, the ones that are combat masters that you can't use the combat finishers on, those are the worst because it's like if you don't have your elven bows leveled up like I didn't, it's like you can't really come back to get revenge on them, or I guess like it's kind of interesting, but that's like the other thing is like you can run away from a fight, but then they taunt you like if you run and you come back and it's like, Ranger, you've returned like the coward you are or something. It's like it just it's like never in a game has an NPC gotten to me to the point of I really wanted to kill you, but like I knew I was gonna kill you anyway, but I still like really wanted to kill you, and like just and it was so satisfying. You get the like their power level goes up, and then like you get more power once you kill them. It's like, haha, yeah, you're dead now, aren't you? Suck it, and you get your little relic off of them. It's like, yeah, felt great. And then like the whole like when like the time changes as you die, and like people get from like like the other orcs in the society like move up, and it's like, you know, the holes that you have like emptied of like killing all the orcs have filled with like other captains and like low level it's like it's a worm captain something over the something I think like something before war chief and then war chief, and like so good. And then like I haven't finished the game, but like later on you can like I guess mind control them and then make them kill themselves or something, or like attack each other. But
Oh my.
so satisfying to just lay waste to the orc minions of Sauron. So good.
Is it good?
Oh yes, RPG. You remember I was talking about it, and yeah.
I don't remember actually.
Oh, we should go back a couple episodes. And, yeah.
Or back 15 seconds when you were just talking about it now.
God.
Yeah. All right.
Is the best $25 I spent all year.
Mechanics, huh?
I have 2 for this one, so I'm gonna cheat this time. I'm sorry. So someone else can go for now.
Best new mechanic. Or is it just a best mechanic in the game?
Yeah, just best game mechanic.
Best-
Any mechanic.
Whichever one you. It's not just.
Yeah.
Like I control the last word. It's such a cool thingy when I switch guns and it trolls. Yeah.
No, that is not.
But I feel like Revolver also an RPG. I've never been able to do that in a game before.
It's one of those
how
things
cool
like
is
it's like the first time you see it, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. But then once you see it every single time you're doing something, it's like, oh my gosh, why are you twirling your gun? Just reload the damn thing. It's like, God.
It's the best gun.
But it's like my most powerful hand cannon, so I'm stuck with it for now until I have something to replace it. It's like, this twirling thing is stupid.
I'm not the biggest fan of Last Word. I don't know. I tried it. I used it. I maxed it. Just didn't feel right for me.
I didn't like it
I prefer Hawkmoon.
Yeah.
For hand cannons. Hawkmoon is pretty. Mechanic. I would have to say probably the cooler mechanics that I've come across are the relics and the raids for Destiny. It's pretty exciting, you know, learning it and then perfecting it. It's awesome. Like picking up the shield and Vault of Glass was like, oh, wow, this looks cool. I want to try it. And then I use it, and then I get to swing around and punch things with a shield. And then, you know, with Crota, I that's the one thing I want them to put in Destiny. I want a class that picks up either a sword or a shield for their classes. You know,
I just said they should have added it as like a heavy weapon or something, and didn't
That'd be
just give
cool.
us a damn weapon.
You know, you make it a heavy weapon, so you pick up heavy ammo, and it's like the sword in Halo for multiplayer. You use it so many times it breaks. I can't remember which Halo they finally did that with. Is it 3?
I think 3, because 2 was unlimited.
Yeah, 2 you just ran around like a jackass. But yeah, I think the relics in Destiny were really interesting. Because in Vault of Glass, you are the lifeline of the party. And in Crota, you are the damage. You're the only one that can damage Crota. And so it's giving one person a really cool new mechanic and saying, okay, you're going to be cool, you're going to look awesome, but you're going to have to pay attention. Because, Crota will stand up and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
unless you're a hunter and then you just stab him and then pick the sword back up, but whatever.
This is very interesting. I don't think since Left 4 Dead has there been a game where like co-op is essential.
I was
right?
thinking the exact same thing, Chapter Cole, when I was like thinking about this game like the other day. I was like, dude, not until since Left 4 Dead has there been like a paradigm shift of like co-op.
Yeah, like
so good.
you have to co-op it.
I don't know. I'm really waiting for Evolve. Evolve looks like it's gonna be a blast.
Yeah, at first I was kind of but after I saw the new campaign stuff, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I've been looking into it a lot. I think that's probably going to be one of the first games I try to pick up next year. That and the Order. The Order looks fun too.
Order, yes. 1886. Cannot wait. Yes. Go ahead. Let's do it.
Relics of Destiny. That's my vote right there.
Tropical.
Sure. Well, I guess I'm also going with something from Destiny. It's the scoring system in Control. Like,
I agree.
yeah, I can't think of any other new mechanic where it was like it so impressed me when I figured out how it worked. In Control, you'd think it would just be like domination, like in Call of Duty, but actually, the team score is the cumulative score of everyone on the team. And it's sort of... It works so well. It's weird. Even if someone leaves the team, then the game kind of auto-balances itself because, okay, now you have less people on your team, but that also means that there are less people for the other side to shoot.
Yeah.
And there's just like so many different ways to swing the scores back and forth depending on, if you have 2 of the control points, that's the time when you want to go out and kill people as much as possible and don't really worry about the 3rd point because you're getting 2 times the points for every kill you get. And then, if you only have 1 control point, that's when you need to sort of run away from fights because if you die, you're giving them more points than... you can't trade deaths if they have more control points than you. And then just like, instead of using the ticket system from Battlefield or Call of Duty's, I think is just, what is it? It's like a count up. You get points over time as you have the domination points.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Basically, you just have to hold it. And
Yeah.
Getting it gives you points, and then holding it gives you points, but you don't get anything extra for having the point other than just holding it until you're done.
Yeah. So in Control and Destiny, there's just so many ways that you can approach it. I mean, conceivably, if you're good enough, you can just let them capture all 3 points and then just sit back and kill them over and over again. It's going to be really hard, but you could do it. And
yeah, I've seen people win with no control points, and it's really cool to watch.
Yeah,
it's
really neat. And then the cool part I thought was like the more people sitting on a control point, the more points you get for controlling or for capturing it. And then there's sort of like a risk reward situation there where it's like, yeah, you can have 6 guys sitting on 1 control point.
You also get Nova Bomb.
Yeah, it's like you capture really fast. But if you get Nova Bomb, then that's like at least 600 points for the other side.
Because that's my favorite thing to do is just hold on to my super, and when I see like one of the points like going up really quickly, I know a bunch of people are on that point, and I'm like, well, it's time.
Don't last them all.
Somebody's.
But what can like a Titan pop his shield though? If you like saw someone coming.
Oh, Nova Bomb
You
can.
Nova Bomb can go through it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've
Nova
done
Bomb
it.
and
It
Fist of
doesn't go
Havoc.
through it. It just
Well,
destroys the shield.
I've killed people with it through the
They may
shield.
have tried to get out. No, like usually it just destroys the shield. Like that's what people do now. They figured out how to counter the shield, and what you do is you run into the shield, and the guy in the shield still feels like, well, I'm more powerful. I have better defense in here and everything, so come at me. And so they don't really do anything. They maybe try to shotgun you or something like that, but then you unleash your Fist of Havoc or your whatever you have, and it just kills everyone in the shield and the shield at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the outside, usually what I see is like people will hit my shield with their super and the shield will be gone. I was like, okay, now we're on even footing again. Let's do this.
Oh, I've had different experiences because I've been able to get people that way. Because I know, because even when I've played as a Titan in there, I've had people. Well, I mean, with the golden gun, it'll cancel out, and they still have 2 shots left. So I'm kind of screwed in that case.
That one can't do that one either.
Yeah, that one you're just kind of screwed. See, this is why the hunters are so overpowered. There's like no way you can, just like no counter to them.
But see, like that balance also works in a way. Whereas like Fist of Havoc and Nova Bomb to a lesser extent, like if you get it, there is no escape. Those people there are going to die, and like, all you had to do was push the 2 buttons to do the super. But with the hunter, they actually have to put a little bit of effort into it. With the golden gun, I think
I think it doesn't it
You
auto
can-
aim. Though?
No.
No,
No,
it
it
doesn't. You just
That
have
does
you,
explain a lot then, because somebody was
you
like,
aim
I
it
was in a
down
match. I was in a match the other day, and like one guy, I was like in close range, and he missed me with all 3 shots. I was like, "Doesn't this thing auto aim? How did you
Yeah,
miss me?"
people will miss
So-
with the golden gun, and it's like you can't really do that with the other. Like, I mean, you can, but
Arc blade you can miss, but it's really hard to miss.
yeah.
Just,
But
you
still,
bounce
you know,
between people at that point.
in both cases, like there's some effort involved, whereas the other ones is just sort of you engage it, and if you did it right, then you're gonna get those kills. Whereas, yeah, Blade Dancer is like you engage it, but you can still mess it up and get no kills, or you can
just
get trolled
shot
real
it
bad.
up.
if you
and
suck that
get no
much.
kills.
It's like I did kill 2 blade dancers too, though. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Ah, you're terrible at this." So
It's like keeping
I
my
love-
rockets, and it's like, oh, he's
It's a
coming.
satisfying
I was like,
thing.
oh, you think you're gonna kill me? He's like, oh, nope, you died. Oh, you
Whip.
jumped off with me off this ledge because you just really wanted me dead. It's like, well, I'm dead, but you didn't get the kill. I just had a misadventure, and you followed me with me.
How we love you.
Mine were more straight up kills. I didn't lure them into evil traps like that.
When I see
I
Blade
just point
Dancers,
and click, dead.
yeah, it's just like, oh, this is, you have to sacrifice yourself for the team because they could get a lot of kills and you don't want that. So it's like, what do I have right now that will do a ton of damage? And usually I'll just charge them while shooting and then get a melee off, and then they'll be really weak, and then someone else will kill them. It's like, yeah. Or the one time the guy sent me the nasty message, and then
Oh my!
yeah, I every time he engaged it, just like, oh, I have a rocket. You're dead again. You can just imagine it. You know, when you engage Blade Dancer, you must feel like, oh, I'm just about to be invincible. I'm gonna get 500-600 points, and if you die instantly, it's like, oh, the disappointment.
They should feel disappointed. They should. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, I just killed you, and you're like super overpowered right now. How do you feel? How do you feel right now? I used one of the slowest weapons in the game to kill you.
It's so fun. So yeah, scoring system in Control, Destiny. It's my best new game mechanic.
RPG.
Oh, did everybody go already? Okay. All right, so I'm going to cheat because I already said I was, so it's happening. But my first one is what was crap? I forgot what it was.
So was it
Well, that
really
started
that
off
good?
kind of strong.
Well, no, you guys threw me off when we started. Because now I was remembering when I was playing Control this past week when I was doing like Iron Banner, and I was like, crap, I forgot my mechanic that I was thinking of now, so now like I don't remember. So
That happened to me this week. I was thinking Game of the Year. I was like, well, should I look up games that came out this year? But then,
know,
like,
right?
if I can't remember it, then could it have been that good?
it's true. So then, yeah, crap. Now I think I forgot both of them.
Well, we can come back to it if you.
No, I will remember them right now. Damn it! Right now, it's happening.
Pull them out of your brain. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Persona.
It was not Persona.
Freedom
But I think-
Wars.
It was not Freedom Wars.
Also
Dark Souls
Destiny.
2?
It was not Dark. Wait, was it Dark Souls 2? It might have been Dark Souls 2. No, maybe. No. Okay. Oh, I remember one of them. Oh, God, that took long enough. But one of them is the Clash Trial system in Danganronpa. Both games have the system where you have to solve the murders of your classmates through this whole Clash Trial, but each one breaks down into like a variety of mechanics, which all lead to you kind of like piecing together logic puzzles to figure stuff out. So you have like the rebuttal showdowns and the logic jives and stuff. And I think one of my I liked like all the change or all the additions they made to the second game, because like I enjoyed the first game's trial, but the second one's like, in addition to like
being able to disagree with people, you can actually agree with them too, or though some of them will counter you sometimes, and it kind of like added another like layer to the whole class trial thing. So I just thought it's one of those things that I had a lot of fun like piecing together stuff and figuring out who did what and how it went down and all the different ways to do it and stuff. So it was a lot of fun, except for the hangman one. I'm not a fan of the hangman mechanic in either game, but the one in the second one, there was like some moments where it was just like, okay, this is just not being fair right now. So I don't know. Although I had it on the highest difficulty, so maybe that's why. So I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's with all the different characters and stuff in the game. You always get some entertaining stuff going on during the trial. So that's that's what I had, because I can't remember the second one now. So yeah,
This one must have been better.
apparently, because it's like I can't.
So much better. I can remember this faster than the other one. Clearly, it is superior.
It's like, because I can't for the life of me remember, because I had them both, and I was like, hey, and then I was like, oh, no, I forgot it. So maybe it was not as awesome as I thought it was, even though I thought it was. So I don't know. Maybe. It happens.
So if you remember it, do you want to come back to it?
Yeah, I'll come back to it if I remember
All
it.
right. Next up, we got biggest spectacle / moment. Oh, wait a minute, dude. I completely forgot I had like descriptions of each of these. Didn't I? That one time? Or whatever. We can keep going. But because we're like, isn't there descriptions?
There were
we did have them, but I guess they're pretty
self-explanatory.
self-explanatory. We don't have ambiguous categories, except for one, maybe.
Job to call. Whatever.
Biggest spectacle
You had to know that was
/
going to happen.
Well, I know mine because I got there and I was like, this is so cool. It looks amazing. But yeah, for me, okay, actually, it's two from the same game, but whatever. So yeah, Far Cry 4 dudes, all up in that Shangri-La. It was like, dudes, dudes, do you see this? And it was just like, oh, and just like, I've never seen anything like this before. And it was, it was magical.
Shangri-La.
All up in the Shangri-La. And it was just like, mystical, and there's a tiger, and I could like use him as a weapon. I was like, what? And it was all mystical, and just fighting stuff, and so good. And then the other one, also from Far Cry 4, all up in the Himalayas, because it was like, dude, those mountains, where am I? This is way up high, and it's so beautiful. The snow and the sky and the mountains, and it's so. And it was and then the setup is there's like a mission there, snowstorms coming through, dudes can't see you, and it's like the stealth part, and like you're so stealthy because it's all and like they don't know you're there, and you can just sneak up on them and be like stab. It's like, oh, so good, and then like it looks so good, and like you had this oxygen mask on, and you had to like keep your oxygen high by like killing dudes or just getting off of them, and it's just like and you can hear yourself breathing, and it's like in the mountains, and it's like this is so good, and just so good. It was like
good?
The biggest spectacle moment of the year, and just like so good. Just
Was it good?
Was it
good?
RPG. You should have been there. I think I share buttoned it actually. I should upload
I think you did, because I think I saw it.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Was it good?
Oh yeah, so good.
Was it so good?
It was the biggest of the year. That's how good.
Oh my. It's pretty big. Oh, I remembered what my other one was now. There we go. I was like, there it is. Honestly, sometimes I wonder.
Well, what is it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was like, right. That's the whole thing. The team spell system in Soul Sacrifice Delta. Because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't remember it. I was like, yeah, just because it was a long time ago when I played that game. But they added the system where people can like coordinate their spells now. So like somebody can transform and another person can use like a fist spell to like punch them into an enemy, and you can kind of like use and you can like kind of make them like your projectile and stuff. Or other people can like break apart the titans that you summon into like little mini minions if you and you can like power them up and stuff. So it's like a lot more coordination going on in the battles and stuff now, because people can use spells to work together or do like combo spells and things like that. So that was a cool addition to the series thingy there.
Yeah, back to spectacle moment.
Spectacle moment.
All up in the Himalayas.
All up in the
No,
no.
Himalayas.
I
didn't
really
play it
enjoyed
until it.
the opening sequence to Child of Light.
Oh, I still need to play
Great,
that.
great music,
Do you though?
beautiful artwork. Like the game was a beautiful game. All the way through the game, you had these amazing visuals. You had really good story writing, and the battles were great.
Well, that's because they stole
But
that from
I think
Grandia, so that wasn't
Yeah.
hard.
Wait, it uses
Right.
battle system like Grandia? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
it's a-
Why didn't you
it's
say
a
anything,
similar-
RPG?
I did before.
I don't
when
remember.
when I first saw it. I said this like the battle system's like very similar to Grandia's.
Never played Grandia. I'll have to check it out sometime. But you don't know that opening sequence where you start it and it pans out and you see this beautiful landscape. It was great.
Those are the best too.
It
It's
was-
like you start the game and there's just an amazing grabs you by the insert word here, and it's like yeah.
Insert word here.
Well, some people don't like to get grabbed by that, and some people do. Just saying, they could be, maybe I want to get grabbed by the hand. I was gonna say by the hand, just like Eco, and like I will lead you through here, and that's how I do it. So yeah, I don't have a RPG, but
Another one that I enjoyed from games was probably the going into Crota's End and
Oh,
then
yeah.
running through the darkness
Yeah,
while the
I thought
thralls are
that-
trying to eat you.
that beginning part of the jump.
That
I
was
didn't-
cool.
I did not enjoy
was-
that.
That was interesting.
It's so funny.
Because I remember
strange
the day it
taste in
came
that.
out, me and a couple of people just kind of went into Crota just to see what it was like, and it was just so much intensity and so much fun. It was awesome. It was very different and from what I'm used to right now, and it was nice. It was very nice. But I'd still say the Child of Light was a great game. And that opening sequence was fantastic. I don't know, though. The one that I could say topped it this year is probably the opening cutscene to the new Pokemon. But
This guy.
I'm trying not to bring up Pokemon, but oh god, it was like, no word. It was great.
Is it the Sapphire one?
Yeah, Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. Yeah, the opening sequence to it was phenomenal. Like the nostalgia kicks in, and then the new game look kicks in. And you're just like, oh! It
Wait,
was great.
which region are they?
I think it's Hoenn. Is it Hoenn, Caitlin? Is that the region in Ruby and Sapphire? Is Hoenn? You think so? Yeah, I think that's right. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah. We're getting it looked up, guys.
Yay! Research.
Research.
Because I'm trying to remember if I like that region or not.
Well, I played the original Ruby and Sapphire, but I don't remember it much at all. Yeah, it's Hoenn. Okay, so that is
Hoenn.
confirmed.
Oh, okay. I think I
And-
didn't like the anime one. Was that what it was? That could have been.
And I went through it, and I start playing the new one. And it's like, oh, I remember this. This is so much cooler in this game. It used to be really bland in the original. What the hell?
Well, I mean, they have better technology now, so
Yeah, and
Get
the
through a
story,
lot more.
the story is really cool. Like how they put the Omega evolutions and stuff into the story now. They update the story a little bit, but not so much that it kills the original story. It's just little extra snippets. Primal Garodon. Oh.
Oh my gosh! Never mind.
What?
I just thought of another game. I could have gave that a word to you. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Bro, the
Okay,
awards
I
are
gotta
all
have a tie on this one because there was also the trial scene, The Wolf Among Us. Oh my gosh, that was. There's like that. There's like that. Oh, I guess this game is like 2-2. But I'm not gonna say what the other part is because it's like kind of spoilery. Whatever, episode 5. If you've seen it, you know it. I'm not gonna say what happens. But dude, it was like Kaiser F and Sozi up in the house. I was like, wow. And then like that trial scene was like. it builds up so good of like Telltale just like did a good job of like, you know, your decisions and consequences, and like it all builds up to that moment, and then it's like, do they trust you or not? What have you done, Bigby Wolf? It's time to answer, and it's like, oh, so good, so good, so good.
Wait,
Yeah,
there
I
was
just
a,
started
there was
playing
a
with
trial
stuff.
in that one?
Dude, RPG, don't you effing remember? Oh, that's right. You did the thing where like you told him to shut up, so you didn't get it.
Wait. Maybe. Well,
You know that
that'll
part
hurt
when
him.
he like brings him in front of everybody, and he's like, I want my trial.
That thing.
It goes down, dude. It effing goes down, and I was like, it was
In my
so good.
defense, I didn't want him turning people against me, so I showed him.
Oh no. I dropped things.
Why did you do that?
I caught it. It's okay.
Okay.
Tropical RPG, biggest moment spectacle.
Hmm.
It's a hard decision.
It's like, I know, it's like one of those things, like, because I'm trying to think of, because there's like things that happened in games in the year that I was just like, but then at the same time they weren't necessarily like
Breathtaking, take you
big
away
kind
from
of,
it. Yeah.
they weren't like spectacles in the sense that you would think of a spectacle, but it was still like a big moment kind of thing. It's
Oh, I
it's
guess
kinda hard.
also, dude, like flipping ending of Walking Dead season 2. Oh my gosh, that was I will be scarred
Yeah.
forever for the things I did in that game, and just
Be scarred forever, guys.
scarred forever.
I mean, that's why we did biggest spectacle and moment. Like, we had quiet moments that you wouldn't call spectacles, but that we thought were
Yeah,
worthy
moment.
when we
Yeah.
when we
Yeah, it's
designed
like
this
that
category.
crazy bitch attacked my homie, and I was like, whoa,
That can work.
that's my bro. You better back the f up. You better back the f up.
Is that your bro?
Yeah, he's my bro, and like stuff happened, and it's like, hey, whatever, man, whatever. Just, you know, we're still cool.
Well, in that
And then the
case,
ending broke my heart, and I was like, no! I was like bawling. It was terrible. It's terrible.
did that game ever go on? did the season pass ever go on sale for that yet? Because
Not that I know of.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna have to buy it.
The
Fine.
discs have been on sale. Like,
Yeah, but the last time I
yeah.
bought the disc, it was it was like super buggy. So I don't want to play that game again. So, literally too. That sense. But but I guess in that regard though, there was like the I guess the case in chapter 5 of Danganronpa 2. I think that whole once you figure out what actually happened in the murder and everything, it's kind of just like holy crap, because it's like it starts off one way, but then it goes another way, but then it goes back to the other way, and then you're like piecing everything together, and it's like, how the hell could one person do something like this? And it was pretty much like one of the most brutal murders in the series. So it's just like when you find out the truth behind it, it's like holy crap. And then the ending of it is even worse, because then it's like it's not like a happy ending either to that trial. So it was kind of like a big like whoa moment for that game, because it did, yeah.
So is that game like an M-rated thing, right?
It is.
yeah, it is.
It is. But yeah, it was kind of like a wow moment, because it's not like something you would be expecting to happen, especially because usually the trial, the victims and everything, it's kind of like, okay, this person kind of deserved it because he's kind of an a-hole. But then like with this one, it was kind of just like, wow, this was really set up like very, it's like it relied on so many variables for this to all work out perfectly. So it's just like, wow. So I think that was one of my favorite moments was, yeah.
So it was because the murder was impressive in its complexity, or
it's kind of hard to say without like super spoiling it, because it's like, because it
was just like the payoff was like worth it.
It was because like the murder, considering who did it and how it was done, it was quite impressive, because it would have taken a lot to pull off, especially for the person's payoff in the end. On top of it, it was just like, wow, you really went all in for this. So it was, yeah. It's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say much because I don't know. Well, Tropical, are you playing it or?
I haven't got through the first one yet, so not
Oh.
yet. No.
Well, I'll just not say anything just in case, because if you do eventually get to it, I don't want to spoil it, and then you're just like, oh, I already knew this was happening, so it's kind of spoiled for me. So, but yeah, it was pretty, yeah. It was
Intense.
it was pretty awesome, but pretty dark. So, yeah.
I guess for me, it's a spectacle this year. It was driving in the dead of night during a thunderstorm that was also a blizzard in Drive Club's new weather update in Norway. Because, well, so the snow itself is really impressive, and if it's pretty insane. You turn up the snow, and if it's night, then all of the flakes of snow in the air reflect your headlights. And so basically all you see in front of you is this static of white.
Oh,
And then you're racing.
know,
Like, this
right?
is a racing game, so you're driving really, really fast. And then
That's dangerous.
and then to top it off, not only is it snowing really hard, there is also lightning and thunder in like I don't know, does that actually happen?
There was a
Yeah,
thunder
it does.
snow situation a couple years ago.
There is? Okay. I can't think of any. I don't know. I associate lightning and thunder with warmer weather. But it's crazy. So you'll be driving along and you can't see anything. You can't see the road. All you can see are the other cars, but then, their taillights also, when it's just all light in front of you and it's dark and it's just snowing, you can't really see anything, and it's just it feels really, really dangerous. And then what you wouldn't expect is that lightning actually helps you drive because it lights up the entire world, and so for a split second you can actually see where the road is, and it's like, oh, cool.
Oh, so like when the lightning strikes, it just like lights up everything.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
it looks really awesome.
That's
But
a
it's-
cool effect. I wish
It's
more games
also
did that.
super intense. Hey, I don't think I've ever seen weather like that in a game. Or a racing game, anyway. Like Gran Turismo, they had snow, but it wasn't... It was more of a... like, it
Map
makes the
hazard,
roads
maybe?
really slippery.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't... It never felt like the way it feels in Drive Club. You feel like you're going super fast, like, wait, you should not be driving this fast in this kind of weather.
but you gotta do it because you gotta race and win it.
Yeah, for some crazy reason, this little bit of money is worth my Ferrari.
Gotta go fast,
Yep.
just like Sonic.
Mhm. Everyone else is just too slow.
So yeah, I think this year I'm going with the weather effects. Snowing, so blizzard, lightning storm, while racing in Norway in Drive Club.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of amazing looking weather, thunder, snow stuff,
Magic weather.
best looking game is the next new category. So
Best looking game. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Well, I you would think I would say Drive Club, but actually I was not struck by the way Drive Club looked when I first saw it. I
Pun.
first thought okay. Yeah, it did not, a previous episode of the podcast I was saying that I expected Drive Club to look like the CG cutscenes in Gran Turismo 6. But it's not there yet. Like, graphics are just not there yet. So it was sort of disappointing. So no, Drive Club is not the best looking game for me. The best looking game, so the game that struck me with its graphics this year was Infamous Second Son, and I guess First Light, because they're
It was a
basically
very
the same.
Pretty game.
Yeah, it looks so good. I don't know what to say about it. The effects work. is just incredible. So many particles, everything's, all these little shiny little bits of stuff in the air. City looks really nice. There was one character in the beginning, she has sort of wrinkled skin, and like the way that her face moves, the wrinkles on her face, it looked like nothing I've ever seen in video games. And I was like, wow.
Infamous
That was a good
was
looking game.
Second Sons was good. I liked it.
Super good looking game.
It is.
So yeah, Infamous Second Son, I think was. It is, yeah. Graphically, that was the game that artist in 2014.
Mm.
For me, the best looking game that I've come across, I'm going to have to go with Advanced Warfare. The character design in Advanced Warfare was amazing. Playing the campaign, I thought I was just like, watching a movie almost in the cutscenes, which was rare because it's Call of Duty. Cutscenes in Call of Duty, what? But, they did an amazing job with the design. Like, you could tell no two people looked alike. There wasn't like one model that they took and, every person was the same model. It was, you had every single character had their different facial features, their different, the way their faces were designed. Hair looked really good. Facial hair looked cool. I get picky with some things, but like I couldn't be picky with Call of Duty, the look of the characters in Advanced Warfare, because every single person had a unique design to them. And I'm sure they probably, find a real person and copy their face, but that's still a different person. It's not generic model A, B, or C skinned differently. If that makes sense.
It was Troy Baker's face and Kevin Spacey's face.
Oh, Kevin Spacey. Good villain.
Baker's like in everything
good
this
villain.
year. It's like this year's Nolan North or something.
I don't know who played his friend in the beginning, but yeah, it's like he takes off the mask and it's like, oh, it's Troy Baker.
Gosh.
I guess I'll go next. I'll give it to Shadow of Mordor. Because I talked about it a couple weeks ago on the podcast after I played it the first time. After you get to the first
Look at that rain.
oh yeah,
It's always the rain.
it's weird. It's like either it's like at night or you're in the rain. Like even in the daytime though it looks good. Like but just the weather effects so good and then the thing is like when you're in the Nemesis system and like the enemies that have killed you, they get to like progress and like level up or whatever. They get like more stuff on their armor. So I had this dude kill me and he had this spear, but then he ended up being like a bunch of armor and like his spear had like fire on it and like all the little trinkets on his like armor, just the detail so good and just so good like that. And the weather, because like when you get up to the forge towers, sometimes the weather is like not the same, so it's I don't know how it works or whatever, it's procedural or whatever, but like there's like it's like hailing this one time and I was like there's hailstones coming down, it looks amazing, and just it's like they're coming down there shattering and it's like you can see it and it's like the particles are just so good and just
Is it good?
and then like there's a cutscene and like Golem's there and like Golem just so good. It was delicious.
Also, flaming spears are probably not a practical weapon. Just want to throw
Not
that out
for very
there.
long anyway.
Just not a good idea. No.
Maybe it was some sort of like enchantment, I don't know.
Oh, so it's a magic fire.
It's a magic flaming spear.
Oh my. That is, oh my. That's scary stuff. But still, kind of not practical.
And like this one dude, whatever. I'm not gonna go over it too much, but like there's like this other dude that had like this helmet on. After
That's
like
the point of the award.
after like, cause like I guess they like get more armored like depending on how you attack them. So I had like cut him on the face, and like he had this helmet on. The next time I saw him, like it was like horns on it, like super like goat style. It's like that's cool, so cool. Just yeah, Skeletor, yeah, looking cool. But yeah,
Skeletor. That guy.
RPG.
Oh, did everybody else go already?
Yeah.
Well, I'm like only half paying attention to you guys then, because it's like I could have sworn that only Tropical went, and then it's like, oh, no, just kidding. Everybody else already went. For me, I don't know. I really don't. It's like I don't know. I've played a lot of great looking games this year, and it's like when I got my PS4, and I was like, oh, it's even more great looking games. So it's kind of hard to like choose. It was just like a year of pretty games, because like even the games that I had on the Vita and stuff all looked great, and it's like I don't know. The whole year wins best looking game. Everybody gets an award. But yeah, it's kind of hard to choose, because there's like games I liked for their art style, and then there's other games I liked because they just looked good graphically and stuff, and it's just I don't know. It's hard to choose.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There are a lot of really good-looking games.
Yep. I think I agree with RPG. Like I don't think there's any game I played that looked bad. Like all of them looked good this year.
Doesn't that look bad?
I was like, that's awesome.
I don't know.
I guess if that's your choice, RPG, we can move on then.
Yes, I'm choosing the year. Screw it. Screw it. 2014.
All the games.
All of the games get an award. Good job this year, guys, on making your game look pretty.
Passing out awards like Oprah at this point.
Yes, you get an award, and you get an award. Everybody gets an award. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean all the games were good. That just means they all looked good. So, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys.
All right, next category: overlooked / I'm sorry, biggest time killer / time suck. I can answer this one easily. Destiny.
We can all answer for you.
Just like hundreds of hours.
Yeah,
For
Destiny
you.
is about the biggest time killer. Or Binding. I can actually say I have one that's different than Destiny.
Well, mine is
Biggest
Really?
time killer?
But-
Honestly, Binding of Isaac is my biggest time killer.
Wow.
I spend more time on Binding of Isaac just running around, finding all the items that I can pick up and combine, and having a blast with it. And I can just mindlessly play the game and not have to worry about it.
Like, yeah, I guess I could say Diablo 3, the Ultimate Evo Edition, for sort of the same reason. Like, I've gotten to the point, I don't know how they've changed it, but the balancing is just, yeah, I sort of play it mindlessly now, and I don't even worry about the equipment. I just look at, it has 2 up arrows, so it's better, so put that one on. And I'm just running through the game, and I'm just leveling up so fast. It's like, so I feel like I've probably played Diablo more, but the reason I think Destiny is still my biggest time killer is because they have developed it in such a way that there are certain times where you have to play it. It's like, Zur is only, Friday and Saturday. I must go now and do this thing. There's like, the raid is happening now with the A team, so I gotta go now. Like, this is the time to go raid. And in addition to having a lot of stuff where you have to work towards getting upgrades and stuff like that, it also has that specific time hooks.
Dude, that is how it got me, man.
of.
They poured all the crack into my crack pot, and I've been cracking out like day one
my.
since haven't
Yeah.
stopped. And it's just like every day I do the dailies, every week I do the weeklies. Every time Zur's in, I'm like, hey Zur, what's up? And then I can't stop. I think
Yep.
I
So,
don't need
like,
help.
yeah.
I don't need help. I'm good.
With
I don't have a
Diablo,
problem.
there isn't that. You don't have to play at certain times. So I just play whenever. But Destiny is like, this is only, like, right now, it's like Iron Banner is happening now until next Tuesday. So now is the time to play Iron Banner.
But then Tropical, all the weapons need leveled, and you need the gear or the materials for them, and then all the armor needs to be leveled. You need the materials for them, and all the
He
vendors
already,
need
has,
leveled,
he already has the armor, though.
and all the stuff, and
Yep,
all the
it's
stuff.
All that stuff. So it demands your time in a way that no other game I think does.
It's like every time I think I plateau and I'm like, all right, I'm good. It's like, nope, I still need to do this. I still have my bounties, and now they have 10 slots, and that's like, oh, I can do 10, yes, at a time, yes. The fun never ends. Well, I'm not gonna say the fun never ends because
The game never ends.
the game never ends. That's for sure. Fun,
There's a
well,
difference.
it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
It
Have you had
spurts.
fun yet?
It'll give it to you when you're not looking for it. Was that your answer to RPG, Destiny?
What? Oh no, no.
That's right. You said you're not gonna give me anything.
No, it was not. That one goes that one goes to Dark Souls too. I've already put in so many hours into that game, just like its predecessor. It's been lots of late nights trying to get through dungeons or kill that giant two-headed spider monster for the third time so I can get that spell. But it's like, yeah, it's.
Sounds just like Destiny.
Well,
Late nights, killing giant monsters, looking for a thing.
well, except with Dark Souls, like you actually get the things you're looking for. There's
Oh.
no random. There's no random generation going on. You actually get to get the stuff you want. So it's like, yay! Now I can go on and do something else. Because I mostly the only time I was able to fight the same boss over, because you have to increase the level of the area in order to do that. So I only did to that one level because I didn't realize when I used the soul of that monster for my new sword, it's like there was actually a spell associated with it, and I was like, crap, I need the spell. So I made the level harder so I can go back and kill it. And then there was this whole thing where this guy kept helping me, but he kept getting killed, so he kept sending me messages apologizing, and I was like, it's okay. The game is it's a hard boss. I mean, it's a giant two-headed laser spitting spider. You're okay. You're good. Because he kept saying, he was like, I'm sorry I keep messing. I was like, it's not your fault because I died too, so it's not it's not we could put it all on one person. But then we did finally kill it, and I was like, yay, we did it. So it was kind of awesome. But yeah, it's going through there, and there's times where it's I won't necessarily even play with the intention of necessarily progressing through the game. I just play and just letting people summon me so I can help them through levels and stuff or that kind of stuff. So it's always something to do. You don't necessarily have to have a goal or something. You just go in and just play and help somebody else out or some kind of other stuff. So it's yeah, and there's always the fun of being in the guild and doing invasion and stuff, or helping somebody from invasion, because I never did the invasion guild except for that one time because I wanted that spell. So it's I didn't have a choice. I had to kill the guy. So I didn't. I mean, I had to get the guild. That one covenant had a spell I wanted, but I couldn't get into the covenant without invading somebody's world. And I was like, I don't want to do this, but I was like, I kind of have to. So I went and I killed the guy, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't have a choice. They forced my hand. So I did get my spell.
I don't know RPG. There's a bunch of exotics in Destiny. They're like, hey, go play PvP. And I'm like, nope.
It all worked out. I mean, not for
Nope.
that guy, but I had to have it, Tekken. I had to have it. I mean, as a mage, I have to complete my spell set. So I can't not get it, because then it's just well, now I'm short a spell. So I had no choice. And I'm pretty sure the guy understood, because it's hey,
I'm pretty sure the guy understood.
invasions can happen anytime. You were just unfortunate to get me this time, so it's I'm sorry. You got deaded. So there's that. Because I mean, usually I'm always helping people. So there's just the one time I invaded somebody. Other than that, it's I'm either doing duels or letting myself get summoned, because that's I prefer to do that, because even one of the guilds force summons you to help somebody if their world gets invaded. So I was a part of that guild for a while, so I could just automatically help people if they got invaded. So that was kind of cool too. That's why I'm kind of excited for the updated one, because then you could have multiple invasions and multiple peoples. It's gonna be crazy. So
Didn't you just say something about you're not getting...
yeah, well, I did. So it got pre-ordered. I don't know. So.
Alrighty then. Next category, overlooked slash sleeper hit. I have no idea what the whatchamacallits are for this requirements, but yeah, whatever.
It was a good game, but might not have gotten the attention that it could have compared to other games.
Basically, the
there's-
things that RPG plays.
Essentially.
Yeah. He's
What?
about to tell us about games that you have never heard of.
These are things. But so yeah, basically every game I played this year. Outside of Dark Souls 2, because most people are familiar with the Dark Souls series now because of Demon Soul, and they got all popular and stuff. But I don't know. It's
It's Dark Souls 2, which means that Dark Souls was popular.
it's true. It's true. So yeah. Let's see. If I had to just pick one.
I could go while you think.
Yeah, you can, because it's gonna be. Otherwise I will have to pick multiples, because it's gonna be hard to just pick one.
Alright, well my pick is going to be for Counter Spy because it was a nice digestible stealth action and a lot of stuff going on. Like not just, sneaking through the level or shooting dudes. You can go through and not kill anybody, or go through and then oh, that's also cool, like the mechanics in the game of how, someone that's either I guess it's like someone on your friend list or someone like randomly. I don't think it's someone that died specifically, but they'll show up as an agent, and then they'll have intel on them, and you have to pick it up off of their corpse. So that's always fun. And then the way that the DEF CON mechanic works is how I think it starts at 5 is the best, and then goes to 1, and if it counts down to 1, you're effed, because it's going to launch, and it's game over, but you don't have to restart. You can just keep going, because there's no penalty, which is cool. And then the way that works in the final mission is basically, depending on which side you have, the Imperials or the Communists or whatever they're called, and then whoever side has like the higher level. I'm sorry, not the higher, the lower level, which is like harder. You have to do their special mission for the final mission, and then do that. And there's like different types of enemies. So you have the normal dudes, and then you have dudes with helmets, so you can't headshot them, or you can, but like you need the armor-piercing weapons. But then that's the cool thing is like you need the certain stuff to do the certain stuff. So if you don't have your armor-piercing weapons, you can't take the headshots, and if you don't have the what's it called, the formulas for getting by or destroying armored cameras, you can't destroy the armored cameras, just the normal cameras. So you got to sneak past them, and it gets pretty crazy. And it was a nice fun stealth romp in a not too Metal Gear Solid game. And I was like, oh, this is bringing back all my memories of stealth action that I haven't played in a while. So a nice bite-sized stealth action if you haven't played it. And you're like, oh man, I want to play something like that. Check it out.
Wow. Yeah, I chose Counter Spy too. It was a game we heard sort of not a lot about, but we heard about it really early on, and then it sort of got changed, and I think it didn't come out for a year or two. I think they originally announced it just for Vita, and then when it finally came out, I didn't really hear anything about it. But playing it, yeah, it's so good. There's all that stealth stuff and everything Tekken was talking about. There's some neat weapons in there. Like one of the tactics you can use to get total stealth is there's a weapon called I think it's called the Hypnotizer. Basically, you shoot a guy and then he becomes he starts fighting for you, and then you remain in stealth, and then no one knows you're there, even though, like, they're just like, that guy just went crazy and started killing us, so we had to kill him. It's awesome.
I have a hard time deciding about sleeper hits this year.
Also, the DEF CON thing, it's really cool when you get past, when it falls to DEF CON, or when it raises to DEF CON 1, and then what happens is you have 60 seconds to get to the end of the level, and it really changes up the pace suddenly. Like, you're playing a stealth game, but then suddenly it can go quickly into the sort of classic James Bond vibe that the entire game has, and then you can just run and gun. You still die really easily, so you can't really run and gun, but it's these really intense sort of gunfights against way vastly superior numbers, and it's really cool. So Counter Spy, also my sleeper hit of the year.
Oh. Ew.
Sleeper hit of the year. Trying to think of all the games that I played on PC that I know weren't very popular, but I really enjoyed.
I don't think I played any or a lot of stuff on PC this year.
Yeah, PC this year. Well,
PC
a lot
was
of
never
those,
dull, but
a lot of those things were on PS4 this year, so kind of abandoned my PC.
I don't know. I think I'll have to put Sleeper Hit for mine as probably Child of Light, because I know a lot of people haven't even heard of it. Like, I know a lot of people, especially, well, for, Wichita, Kansas, Tacken
This is
knows.
awful.
Well,
Yeah, it's awful. And there are a lot of people online who are like, oh, I've never heard of it. Is it good? So, for me, it's a sleeper hit, I guess, but I don't know. I didn't play a lot of out of the ordinary games this year.
Oh, Child
I don't know, I really-
Secret Ponchos, whatever.
Oh, I guess
Sure.
Secret Ponchos. I played it for a little bit. I really enjoyed it. So, I guess we'll
Did
put
you?
Secret Ponchos on the list.
it is really
Yeah.
good. I really hope that they work more on it. Like I don't want them to abandon it. There's some simple things and there's some harder things that they could do with it, and it would just be so much better.
I think I got it. Hammerwatch. Have you guys played Hammerwatch at all?
I don't know what it is.
I
I
don't
don't-
even
It is
know what
a-
that is. So
It
you
is
got
an
me there.
indie game on Steam. And I got it. A friend of mine sent it to me. I'm not 100% sure if it came out this year, but I played it this year, so I'm going to count it. Hammerwatch was a really cool little 16-bit RPG-ish style game where it's a hack and slash mixed in, and you go through these mobs of enemies and you build up your character. The ending was kind of bland as all get out, but the gameplay itself was really fun. I ended up picking up the paladin, and you just run around and sword and board everything, and then you get this point where you're shooting out these waves of energy around you that just one shot everything around you. The boss fights were really cool. They weren't just stand there and waylay on the thing. You actually had to pay attention. There was a little bit of I guess depth to each boss fight. For what the game was, somebody probably made it in a couple of weeks or a few months. They threw it together, but it was really cool. I enjoyed it. Hammerwatch for me then, for a sleeper hit.
I don't know, because like
Have the
couple of-
time, go get it. It's fun if you have a PC.
a couple of the games I would choose got sequels, but it was it's hard to say because for instance with Danganronpa,
RPG, seriously,
both of
is
them
it
were
really that hard?
both of them were localized this year, but
They came out
Same
earlier
time.
than this year.
it's it's kind of hard to say because it's the same developer released one of my other favorite games before, and that one didn't necessarily sell well, so that's why we didn't get the third one yet, which makes me sad. So it's just I don't know. It's a lot of things, and Soul Sacrifice Delta technically a sequel too, but not many people got the first one, so it's but I don't know.
Just down and play
that
Soul
true?
Sacrifice.
From my understanding, this is not great.
Because I think Soul Sac. Well,
'Cause
I
that's
mean,
why
it was
the
still
second
sort of
was
high profile, though. I think.
Pistol only kind of thing
Hmm.
because they couldn't.
Yeah, I still feel like that was a high profile game. Like people who were interested in Vita, that's how they are now. People aren't interested in playing games; they just want to argue about them. And so, Soul Sacrifice was oh man, this is the Vita exclusive coming from the former Capcom guy. It's gonna be awesome, and then no one bought it. It was like Snakes on a Plane. Yes, that is the best movie, and then no one saw it.
Well, in all fairness, it's Snakes on a Plane. I mean, come on. Why would
Well, I
you,
don't know.
why would you
I
do that to
didn't-
yourself?
I
You didn't
didn't
see it. So, I mean, yeah. And you were justified.
I just said no one saw it.
It's only because Samuel L. Jackson, and it's why it was so heavily advertised. But then everybody was the movie's called Snakes on a Plane. Let's be serious about this. So I don't know, but I don't know if that movie could count as a sleeper hit. Because was it good?
I don't know.
No one knows.
Someone liked it.
So yeah, I don't know. So yeah. I don't know.
Motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Just give it to all the games this year. Everybody can be a sleeper hit.
You can't do that twice, RPG.
I know. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to skip this category because.
Oh, really? You get one nuclear option where it's like everyone gets everything?
Yes, tropical. Yes, you do. So if you use it for what I think you're gonna use it for, then ha!
Oh, you two are killing me.
Do it. Do it.
Okay, fine. If RPG's gonna like abstain from Overlooked Sleeper Hit, I guess we will continue to the final category, Game of the Year. Oh.
Yes. Do it, tropical. Do it. Do it.
Game of the year, huh?
Well, I will go first because I know what it is. So yeah, The Wolf Among Us, Telltale Games, they do like basically the best job of anybody out there. Well, I mean, Battlewars comes close, but yeah, like storytelling and characters and like man, Baby Wolf. That let me start. Okay, so basically, every time you start the game and like the hard opening sequence you have of like something happens and it's like, and then the music kicks in and it's all like. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 and you have like the cool like opening credits and it's like oh yeah it's so good and then like that crazy first episode when it's like who did this and it's like oh but it's switcheroo after the second episode it's like oh not so much it's like oh and then like okay I'm gonna find the dude that did this or the person not or dude or lady who did this whoever it is and Justin's gonna come to him and then just the hunt for the person and then like Big Wolf's like slippery slide between oh am I gonna be good cop, bad cop, ooh, and then Snow's all like, hey, don't do it like that, dude. And then, Crane being the weirdo. And then that whole situation was like weird, like, what? And then, oh, that's good, that's great. And then just like the characters, like Toad and TJ, so good. And then the evil lady, I'm not the evil lady, but like the crazy witch lady with her plant, that's great. Travel scene, untouchable. And then like the fight, episode 5, my gosh, man, that was just like, like I'm saying, dude, just so many good high marks. It just like all built up to that, and like the climax was like and just and yeah, and then like I said, Kaiser Soze stuff going on, and it's like ooh, cannot season 2, dude, bring it, because yeah, I'm ready. Me and Baby Wolf, we're gonna do
Is
this.
your body in fact ready?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I did like
Oh.
that fight between Bloody Mary and Bigby though. That was pretty awesome. So there was that.
Too bad you didn't give me best boss fight. Just saying.
Well, because I mean, because it wasn't like a boss fight per se. So it's like it was kind of hard to say. But I mean, I did enjoy the fight though. It was pretty cool. So, but yeah,
Played so many games this year that I really enjoyed.
nuclear
It's-
option.
So many games. And I'm trying to think. When did... No, that was last year. Damn. I was going to say Persona 4 Golden. That ending. God, that
about
ending.
that.
That was a while ago.
That was what I was saying. About
Kappa.
that. You can't use that.
Yeah. I will give it... I'll give it to Child of Light. The story was great. The artwork was fantastic. The music was on point and beautiful.
We should be in the category best soundtrack.
Yeah. Best soundtrack, I'd probably give it to like
Yeah. 'cause we haven't
either...
had something
I don't know. Child of Light kind of wins that one for me too. I'm going to give it to Child of Light for 2014. Then I find it come out last year or some shit, and I'm like, why'd I take it back? But yeah, if not Child of Light, man, that's hard.
Give it to Kirby Triple Deluxe. That game
You
was
know,
the best.
I fucking love Triple Deluxe.
I did too.
I loved it so
Mostly
much.
because it's Kirby and I can't not like it. So I mean,
Yeah, Kirby's hype. See, what game did I get this year and finish? Actually finish. Other than Child of Light. So I'm trying to find something just in case, I have to change my opinion because it came out last year.
I'm pretty sure Child of Light was this year.
Was it this year?
Yeah. It was this year.
Okay.
Besides, I mean, Tekken technically cheated anyway because part of his game came out last year.
Hey, 4/5 of the season were in this year, okay?
One episode came out last year.
The beginning of it.
I'll go ahead and leave it on Child of Light then. Final answer.
This isn't.
I mean,
So
I can't help it. That's how episodic games work, dude. Like,
Actually,
part
it
one
is a
comes
game
out
show.
some other time, and then part 4 through 5 come out some other time. What were you saying, Tropical?
no, he was saying it is a game show, which he's technically right. It is.
Who's next?
So mine is sort of a combination of what I was talking about earlier and one of my favorite games of the year. It felt like this was sort of the year of like the rise of indies as being sort of a permanent fixture in games everywhere. It's always been part of PC. But and then people suspected that PlayStation was just playing, oh, we don't have enough first party or AAA stuff right now, so let's just get a bunch of indies to fill those holes, and then once we have the AAAs, then we'll just drop the indies. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And so the other platform holders, they would be crazy to ignore indies then. And so, yeah, it's like it's the indie year. And so what are indie games mostly like? They don't tend to have as much content, but they do try to get you to play a lot. And whether that be, like roguelikes with procedural generation or just being really challenging or like score chase and things like that. So I think I'm going to go with Ollie Ollie as my game of the year.
What?
Yes. When I first got it, and it came out in January, so it was quite a while ago. I played it so much, and I thought I went out and told people, if this is truly a Vita exclusive, like this feels like a killer app to me. If I had, tried this somewhere and then was told I have to buy a Vita in order to play it at home, I probably would have bought a Vita to play Ollie Ollie. And it sounds crazy, but it's that fun. It's sort of a throwback to the feeling of playing Tony Hawk 2. And if you liked that game, then you will like Ollie Ollie.
Yeah.
It wasn't until recently though that I sort of rekindled it. Like I've been playing it a lot, and then what happened with my Vita? Something happened with my Vita. It's like occupied or something, and so I started playing other stuff. And then they released it on Crossbuy, and I was playing it during Extra Life on the PS4 and streaming it. And it was originally going to be sort of a 30-minute palate cleanser from Alien Isolation, which was just... I was so tired. It turned into a 4-hour Ollie Ollie extravaganza. I was like, oh my gosh, I remember why this game was so fun. It's like, oh man, and I just, played it for 4 hours. And the loop of that game is you start the level, you try to do the best combination of tricks that you can before you get to the end of the level. And if you fall, then you have to restart the level. And I fall a lot, so I must have restarted the game. Each level, if I get through it, is maybe a minute, less than a minute. So if you think 4 hours, and mostly I fell down, and those games last maybe 10 seconds, 5 seconds. I played a lot of games of Ollie Ollie that night. So, how do I conclude that?
Ollie Ollie best game 2014.
Yeah, Ollie Ollie was my game of the year for 2014.
Huh.
Huh.
Have any of you played it? Has anyone
No,
played it
I haven't
here?
played it.
No one has played
No.
it?
No, we have not.
I have not.
I can't even share it on my YouTube thing because it was funny. So they have a license track in the game, and it just has a copyright notification on my 4-hour extravaganza, and I was like, okay, so I can't, or I don't want to post it because of that issue. And I actually asked the developer. I was like, Roll7, like, what's your copyright? What's your policy on YouTube videos? And they said, well, just tell me that it was a game. It was a music track in the game. And I said it was, and then I had no response. And I was like, okay, so that's fine. I enjoy playing it, and man, no one has played it. That's weird. Maybe it should be my sleeper hit.
Professor Tactical, you kind of should have gave it that as well because, yeah.
Because he didn't give it any other award, so
And I
it kind
think
of
what
just came out
happened
of
to your Vita
nowhere.
Tactical is that you're probably moving and then you forgot where it was, and then
Or he ran out of space like he does on everything.
yeah,
That could have happened. Well, my daughter plays it a lot. She really likes. Recently, she's getting into Final Fantasy VI.
Uh-oh.
Can't read.
Oh.
Doesn't, but she knows how to walk around, and so she can get as far as not even the first battle in like the first town, because you play as Terra in the Magitech, and I think you have to. There's some dialogue or something, and she's just like, I don't know what to do, and she jumps out of the game.
It's like, well, we're done here. It's like, oh.
But I hear the intro music play a lot. It's like, oh man, she's discovered. She must like the intro music.
She has good taste.
There's something primal about good games. I'm noticing. Otherwise, like, why would she be drawn to them? She doesn't know anything. She has no context.
She's like, I don't know what this is, but I have to play it.
RPG.
Well, since I've already used my nuclear option, I guess I actually have to choose this time. So it's like, curses. That's what I should have. I should have waited and then just gave every game I played this year Game of the Year. But yeah, since I can't do that, I'm gonna say Danganronpa 1 and 2 were my games of the year.
Whoa.
Because
Whoa.
before you
you
start
could just
trying
say
to attack me,
you could just add
because-
the series.
it's well, I think there's another game, so I mean, I don't
A
wanna-
trilogy.
But yeah, it's technically it can count as one game because
Oh, it's a continuation of the first.
they're
so it's
they're
like
parts,
it's
they're kind of like parts of
quasi-episodic.
each other. So I mean, you kind of they kind of go hand in hand. So I can totally make this work. And I mean, they were released as a set in Japan, so they thought it was one game. So
Fair enough.
So it's like the last Harry Potter movie or The Hobbit. Well, no, The Hobbit doesn't count because it's 3. So.
So I'm going with that, and yeah, it's happening. It's happening. But yeah, I just this game. There's just so much that I enjoyed about it. Like the 999 series or whatever. It's kind of like semi visual novel, but semi adventure game, semi mystery horror kind of stuff going on. But it's like I like the art style and the characters and the off the wall story and all the crazy stuff that's going on. And it's just like just overall, like the class trials were really fun to play, and it's like it's fun to do like the little side stuff and develop the characters and everything. And it was just a great experience. And I'm glad both games got localized this year, so I didn't have to like wait 2 or 3 years or something to get like a sequel or something. So it was nice to have that. But now I'm gonna have to wait for the third game that's in development. So there is that. But yeah, it was just every, I don't know, I just enjoyed pretty much all the aspects of the game. And I don't know, they were my favorite games this year. So that's all I can say about that.
Alrighty then. So yeah, that's the Golden Crosshairs 2014. Not a year late like the 2013 partial stuff you can see on YouTube right now that I totally time capsuled.
Or 2012, which didn't come out till February.
Yeah, but it was like
See, that's not what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna like just do them, but like in February, it's like whatever.
I think
Well,
like we used to do it in the next year because not everything has come out yet in this year.
no, because
But,
it only got delayed that one time because some of the videos were done, they just weren't all done until then.
Oh,
so
the February one, the first one.
yeah, so
Okay. But, so you think we
before
would have done it in the year that we were talking about?
I'm pretty sure we would have had they all been done because I mean all the games we chose were before December or something anyway. So then, so yeah, I think it would have worked. And the ones we did prior to that were all recorded shows of the year that we gave out the awards. So it just wasn't an award show like the same way last time. So, you know. But yeah. We didn't even put up our. Well, I didn't have pics because I didn't have videos. But I told you we should have just recorded a show. But you guys are being all difficult about it. So
I
Well-
did mine,
Bonus
so
round. Let's give you guys a bonus round. Oh, I'm kidding.
my fault. I was busy. I didn't have time to.
What RPG
First
sheet?
game, 2014.
No. But,
I have one. Would you be curious to know what it is?
Sure.
Evil Within.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
Really?
not so good at
That's
things,
weird because I've seen.
I've
actually
I've
seen
seen
good
Game of the
things
Year for
about
that,
that.
actually.
Yeah, so have I.
heard good and bad
I
about
was
that.
like, really?
Is I wanted to play a game, I know it's the guy that made Resident Evil. I get it.
Shinji
I
Mikami.
understand. I get it. But I was hoping for a game that wasn't zombie-esque at all. And he kind of slapped me in the face with zombies. It felt like zombies the entire time. And some of the boss fights were just retarded.
They say
Oh, well, they didn't give you enough ammo, or, if you're not saving all your ammo through the entire game, which I was, but once you got into these ridiculously hard boss fights, you'd burn through all your ammo and then just kind of stand there with you, thumb up your butt. Like, oh, well, that happened.
And then you win.
I think I got... Well, I got to I think I got to
that is not how you win.
like the sixth
Oh.
chapter of the game where you have to fight this giant zombie dog. And
Zombie dogs.
I just turned it off. I literally turned the game off, took it back to the rental place, and just said, nope, done. I didn't even hesitate to take it back. I was that irritated with it. And I love survival horrors, but that game just disappointed the hell out of me.
I'm sorry.
Huh. There were
Sad.
not that many zombie games this year.
Yeah, that's
there.
kind of a weird thing.
Thank goodness, because I was getting tired. Well, I was past the point of getting tired when like Dead Island came out, but
That's because everyone was doing zombies at one point.
Yeah, what was
So-
the year with all the zombies? Was that
Last
the
year.
Walking Dead year, or was that last year?
that
I
wasn't
think it
last
was-
year, dude. Because it was before.
Was that last year?
Yeah, it was like because like
It ha-
even
it
when
had to
like
be.
Borderlands had the zombie DLC, it was like this is kind of getting overdone.
It might have been the year before that because I remember like one of the Call of Duties had added zombies, and then it was like everybody was doing zombies, and then there was like zombie games, zombie add-on packs, and then zombie sequels to other games and all this other crap. So
Wait, which one was the zombie one for Borderlands? Was that Isle
Dr.
of
Ned,
Dr.
yeah.
Oh,
Or
okay,
Dr.
so it was
Zed.
the first Borderlands one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that was quite a while ago.
that was a while ago. Came out like a few years ago.
Yeah, this year, surprisingly, very, very few.
Well, Tropical, there's always Dying Light. Parkour zombies, woo! It's not dead
Well,
yet.
that's next year.
Ha ha, no pun
It's
intended.
okay, because Advanced Warfare has zombies, too.
Yay!
It's a ridiculous requirement to get to it, but there's still zombies in Advanced Warfare.
but Dying Light is like Assassin's Creed with zombies, because isn't that what you want? Isn't that what
No.
you want?
No! I want zombies to go away for a while and give us something new. Like, Dead Space was a huge refresher for me.
Oh man, Dead Space. What a
Oh
missed
god, I played
opportunity.
that. I think I went like 3 days without sleep playing the first Dead Space
Oh my!
because I had rented it, and then I went out and bought it after I turned it in after renting it.
I did play Dead Space though.
And then I played it even more. It has so much replayability for me. So much.
Was the
And then I
third one
played-
good? Because I haven't played the third one.
I haven't heard their
I haven't
Here's
played it
what I
yet,
will
actually.
say- Here's what I will say about the third one. Zero spoilers. The story was fantastic. But the combat and the gameplay was, well, I'm gonna throw the general COD gameplay out there. And I know it's probably like, whoa, but it's geared for Call of Duty players who aren't used to challenges, because I literally picked the game up, I think I played it on normal just to get a feel for it before I started playing it, because I hadn't played a Dead Space in a while. And I went, well, this is way too easy. And then I jumped it up to impossible, and it was still too easy.
Was that a PlayStation Plus game?
Dead Space 3? I don't think so. Maybe.
Well,
I gotta
actually,
check.
I don't remember.
I think it was actually. 'Cause I want to say I downloaded it. I think it was at one point, like earlier this year or something. Are you sure? I think it was.
I don't
I
know
thought
about the
it-
third one.
Yeah,
I'll check, because I got like every Plus game since I remember.
Because
But,
I could have
Dead
sworn
Space
it was.
3, it was cool, and I never got to do the co-op because I don't know many people on Origin that have it. Because Origin.
Yep.
actually, I know I have it on
But
Origin.
just Steam, and if it would have been on Steam, I probably would have played the co-op and enjoyed the co-op story.
Yeah.
And I hear the co-op story is awesome. Like, everybody that I talk to says the story is awesome. The gameplay is just, like I said, you don't have the management of ammo for your different types of guns anymore. You have ammo.
Huh.
You pick up ammo, and you make all these really interesting little weapons that are cool. I found some really cool looking weapons. I made some really cool, interesting things. But, like, the fact that there's just ammo in the game was the biggest pet peeve of mine. Other than that, I enjoyed the game.
Oh, then I'm okay with it. Because I like stories anyway.
I
so
kind of
it's
just
like,
want to blaze through it then. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, because you can throw it,
It's
if you really
easy.
want to play the story, just throw it on normal and blast through the story. Because I don't think there's any different between impossible to normal except for, achievements.
yeah, it was the free game for July.
Yeah, it was.
Awesome.
And
I thought so.
I played it on, like I said, I played it on PC, and I live streamed it, and I had a bunch of my friends that, watched me play it, and they were like, man, this is a really good story. And, there are sequences, like the side quest system was kind of cool, where you'll be going through, and then something will pop up, and you go do this side quest. Well, there were a couple of side quests where they just, like, back you into a corner, and it felt like the developer was trying to just do everything they could to screw you as hard as they could. Oh, here's this like tiny little room with thousands of necromorphs pouring out of everywhere. Good luck. And so I'd sit there and I'd be like, okay, so I've got all this okay, I'm gonna set this here, set this here, set this here, set this here, and then when this group comes here, I learned the patterns. I had to do it so many times because it was just too much crap. But I still had fun with it. Like, it was cool to sit there and learn patterns and, okay, well, this thing explodes, so as soon as they come running down the stairs, I blow this up, and here goes a whole crap load of them gone. And just running around, setting everything up, and then starting the sequence. Which was cool, which was fun, but it was still really easy. Because I've played, Dead Space 1 on hardest difficulty you can imagine. I can't remember. I think it was impossible. Where you get, if you die, you get reset back to the beginning. And I loved it. I loved the fear of dying the entire time. It was cool. But in the new one, it's just, oh yeah, you get reset to a checkpoint. But I don't want to be reset to a checkpoint. I want to go back to the beginning of the game. I learned from my mistakes. Now I'm going to go do it again. Bash your head into a wall. I don't know.
But checkpoints are fun.
Checkpoints are fun. But, zombie games need to take a break. They need to do something new. Like I want to play Alien Isolation. I hear it's really fun. I hear it's intense. Is all I'll get at.
Yeah. I don't know about fun. Intense, yeah.
It's like those could be two very different things.
Intensity is
It's
fun.
like The
for
Last
me,
of Us.
so-
It's not fun.
Yeah.
You live through it.
I survived! Yes! Did I play it on a harder difficulty? No! Okay.
All right, so
That's,
We're-
our 2014.
yeah,
Yay,
so we're on break for like the next how many weeks?
I think it's like a month, roughly, almost.
Something like that.
Oh, like school and crap? Or just...
Just for the holidays.
I think it's like...
Yep, we go to school for a
back
month.
in, like...
We go to that would be like
you get
that
about
would
half
be
almost-
terrible, tropical, terrible.
That would be terrible.
Just like, oh my gosh, we have to do this again. You know what's funny? We didn't have anybody pick Dragon Age in this thing.
Well, I haven't played it, so
I know, that's what's funny because it's like, haha, for all of
A
that.
friend of mine asked me, you know, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, Dragon Age. Oh, here's Call of Duty. No,
They're kind of the same.
no, no. But I hear, like, with Dragon Age, I hear the multiplayer is really fun, and it's apparently a lot like the,
yeah, Mass Effect 3,
but-
yeah.
So I'll give it a shot. And that's a game series I need to play and finish is Mass Effect. So
You haven't finished Mass Effect? What?
I mean, I haven't finished it.
RPG silence, tropical
Hold on.
silence. You both are in the same ship. Don't say anything.
Well, I mean,
No,
I finished the
here's the
first
thing.
two at least. I mean, in my defense, I don't have my 360 anymore, so I can't play the third one with all my choices and stuff, and I don't want to go through all of that again on the PS3. So it's
That's your
like,
fault.
it's not my fault.
see,
so-
like my first playthrough of the first Mass Effect was on Sirius's computer tech.
Oh,
So you know, and I had it to the point where I was just running around with a shotgun the entire time, doing more damage at a distance like a sniper rifle. So whatever. I was like, hey, I can snipe people with a shotgun. Yeah, but
So we know Tekken, you want to play more indie games next year, right?
Yeah. Oh, are we going to talk about our New Year's resolutions for gaming? No.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, so I should actually add Mass Effect on there and finally finish it because I was working really hard at one point. I finished the first game and then I started into the second game, and that's when my hard drive on my PS3 died, and I was like, oh no! But luckily, PlayStation Plus and auto backup is lifesaver, so I don't have to finish the first one again. And so I've started the second one, and yes, I should definitely finish those because I have them all, and I've only
so
ever played
much.
You know what I'm
multiplayer
going to do,
in
Tropical,
Mass Effect
next
3.
year? Is I'm going to go through with all my film chips and finish 2 and 3, and then every week I'm going to be like, so guys, did you finish it yet? Well, guess what? I'm making more progress, so you're going to get to hear about it every week. Every
But I
week
mean,
next
I
year
can't-
for the
it
whole
doesn't-
year.
It doesn't have my choices and stuff.
Well,
It's not
RPG
the same
Mass
without
Effect
it.
is
I
on
mean,
PS3 now, so no excuses.
well, here's the
I don't
cool
wanna
thing
play
I found out about Dragon Age is they have that the website
Oh yeah,
you
the
can go to,
HQ or not HQ, but
and you
the,
can just go through
thing.
all the old Dragon Ages and make your choices
the
from
Dawn
the
Guard
story.
or Dawn Keep thing.
Yeah, which I
Actually,
thought
didn't
was kind of
Mass Effect 2 have that on the PS3?
Well,
There
it
was
has,
like the comic book, right?
Yeah, the interactive thing.
But then it doesn't do all of
Yeah, it's not
the
everything.
choices and stuff.
Just
Yeah,
the main
so
stuff.
just the primary choices that you needed
doesn't,
to.
Yeah.
doesn't get all my renegade options when I slapped that one because she wouldn't shut up. So
I
it's
won't
like, hey,
be as bad as I want to be.
so I mean, it's not the same. And what if I don't? And what if I can't get Samara to die again? What? Then what? Then what?
Then that's a good thing because you're terrible for that.
She threatened to kill me. She had
Well,
it coming.
You're a terrible person, so you know.
Well, no, she had it coming.
Cat
And
good, cat evil
wait,
don't mix.
who will still win? Who's still alive? Who won that? Huh? Who's still alive? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was still alive. I don't know what
Shot
she was.
first.
So yeah. So it's like, haha, in your face. You said you were gonna kill me after, but you did.
And
So yeah, I'm gonna finish. Man, Yes, I will. I will finish Mass Effect. Finally. How long has it
See
been?
if I can get my hands on it and do it.
It's years.
Mass
Is how long
Effect 3 has been out for years, I think, too. Like
Yeah,
2, 3 years?
when it came out.
it's been
Okay.
a while.
So it's been a while.
I played the multiplayer, so
Yeah, that's the only thing I played in that
I've done my part. I played the multiplayer.
And then my esports thing. So that's kind of started. Capcom Cup was, or actually, did you watch the Street Fighter 5 stuff?
I watched the trailer,
Second?
but I didn't watch the exhibition.
Okay. It looks like it's gonna be pretty good. They're changing up, or who knows how much is final. Like they're changing up some of the things from Street Fighter 4. And the animation looks really good.
I know, man. I saw that 60 frames. Oh my gosh. Oh, so smooth. It was just like,
Just like, wow.
It's okay. I'm ready. I'm waiting to get my hands on Guilty Gear.
yeah, I played
Ah,
that.
yes.
It's really good.
That looks really good too. Next week.
No, it's out now.
Special edition next week.
Man, there's so many special editions I want, and it's like I can't seem to get them anywhere. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Now I actually want to buy special editions, and I can't get them before. They were like all over the place when I didn't want them.
Well,
But now,
Type 0 is only on the Square Enix store, which
Yeah,
kinda
then you get
sucks.
that demo for 15 or whatever it is.
well, that's for all pre-orders. But because GameStop said they had it for
Really?
Yeah, because I went and I asked about it. And he's like, they're already sold out, and I was like, crap. So that's the only place other than that. And I tried going on the Square Enix store, but every time I tried to buy it, the site would like freeze up and not work. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? So it's like I don't know.
You can't have it.
I just can't.
Whoa.
I can't get stuff that I want. I don't know.
Do you have a gaming resolution RPG for next year?
Or a plan.
play
I guess like Mass Effect is a
everything.
resolution, esports is a plan.
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with my gaming. I mean, you two are the ones who are always
What's that supposed to
screwing
mean?
stuff up. I mean,
What's that supposed to mean?
because between your one game a month crap and
Well, guess what,
Tropical
RPG? Next
just
year's
buying stuff
plan,
and never
it's all out the
playing it,
window.
it's like-
Tekken's a free man. No more one game a month. It's play them all or die not having played them all or whatever the Dark Knight thing I said last time. You either live to play them all or you die only having played one or something. I can't remember.
I've never,
I don't know.
I've never had either of your problems, so I'm just, I think I'm good on resolutions because it's like just gonna keep, doing what I was doing because I play games and I finish them and I enjoy them, so I don't have anything to try to. I mean, I can try to get more collector's editions, but that's not gonna happen. So I mean, oh no.
What are the other ones you're looking for? So Type 0, okay. And then
There were some other ones I saw, but I forgot because I was like, I gave up at one point. Because I know there's some that aren't coming out here too. Because I wanted the Bloodborne one, but then I was like, that's only Europe, so I can't get that one anyway. And then
yeah,
I think
we have a
there's
different one.
Ours isn't even like really a special
Ours
edition.
isn't as cool.
Yeah, it's just like Atlas usually gives better stuff with just their pre-orders. This isn't even a. It's like, what is this? This isn't even a thing. Effing Namco Bandai or whatever you guys are calling yourselves now. So, man, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, in terms of plans, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm going to drop kick Destiny off to the side once Evolve comes out and the Order.
I would like to get a Wii U next year, though.
Oh yeah, that's in the cards for me.
I want to play.
Mewtwo.
Zelda and Star Fox. Yeah, believe.
Mewtwo.
I just want to play Pikmin finally. So, just like, I've been waiting so long for that game, and then I don't have a Wii U, so it's like it finally got released, and I can't even play it. So
I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth. It's like because I as good as the next Zelda looks, it's like, well, I really want Star Fox, so I should just hold out for that before I do something stupid. Because once I do that, if like I'm off my meds and I'm not on my one game a month plan, it's like it's all downhill when you have two consoles, and it's like,
Is it though, or is it more awesome because you have two consoles?
But Destiny RPG, Destiny.
Stop playing Destiny.
No.
There's so many other things you can be
I
playing.
must get my shards of energy every day,
Oh God,
and my rep up
you're
with
ridiculous.
Eris before the next expansion.
Which probably won't be for like months. What are you worried about?
But if the sooner I can get it done, the better. Then I don't have to worry about it, and I can just go back to level in Vanguard. Yeah,
Tekken.
which is weird because you get more experience from Eris stuff. But whatever.
Sigh. Just sigh.
Oh yeah, did you actually get the expansion RPG since you were playing the raid yesterday?
Tropical gave it to me.
What? Wait, how did? Whatever. We're gonna discuss this off the air. So yeah, whatever. You know, it's a personal problem. You know, not to bring it into the podcast. So, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So yeah, thanks for listening.
It's gonna get ranty, guys.
Aimless Babble Z,
It's gonna get ranty.
and you know, pretty good year. I mean, it might have been, you know, kind of with like, you know, delays, whatever. You know, there's still awesome
I
stuff.
don't know. Like
all the time.
nothing I wanted got delayed. So
I guess that's why he's been so happy this year, not so haty. Yeah.
everything was great, and then Danganronpa was just like the best game ever. So it's just like, it's a great year. It's a great year, and I'm excited because next year is starting out great too. So I'm gonna be good. Gonna be good.
Maybe it's Square Enix trolling us at PS6,
overloaded.
or at least trolling fans like myself at Final Fantasy 7 is like, you know, a foreshadowing of something awesome at E3 or Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, and by foreshadowing for something awesome, they mean they're gonna actually release Final Fantasy 15. Because if they remake 7, I'm done with them. I'm done. Just done.
I don't think they should ever remake 7, so that's okay. It's fine the way it is.
Well, it's not fine, but I mean, they just shouldn't be making it because it's awful. But still, don't do it, Square Enix. Don't do it. I know where you live. I've seen your offices.
All right, so I guess we can sign off now. Aimless Babble Z, aimlesspodcast.com. Check us out. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Where else are we? What other stuff?
Twitch.
Twitch.
I mean, we're pretty much everywhere. I mean, if you type us into a search engine, it's going to be just like a page full of stuff. Just like, we're everywhere.
Actually, that does happen. So
Well, that's how that works.
We're even under your bed. So
Dun,
we
dun,
can.
dun. It's dirty down here. You might want to clean.
someone out there is saying,
No.
"Oh,
I know, right? It's like, are they really there? Yes, we are.
Steve."
All right, so until you see or hear from wow, messed up the sign off. Until you see or hear from us again next year, Aimless Babble Z. We're now signing off. Until next year.